Hey, with my dimples on.
dudes and dudettes. I said I'd come back, and I'm gonna start making models. So it's a little bit
What's up, what's up, what's up? Alright, give me a sec. Everyone's always like, blah, 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 blah. Well, fuck this. Again, I get no money doing this. So what we got? Okay, sorry. So yeah, it's gonna be like kind of miserable because you only got this little window to look at. I know that's pretty bad, but I don't care. That's all I have. Because basically I went on what is it? Well, I went on I wanted to stream while I was doing my models, so I basically just went on I thought, well, I could use my phone. I was like, oh, I'm sure I could put my phone on, and that'll be alright. And then as soon as I was there, like giddy, I was like giddy, ready to just like put my details in and just start getting ready, like to stream. It said, you're only unable to do this. I was like, what? So I do stream on YouTube. Some reason when I'm doing it through my phone, um, it's like it's a different thing. Even though I'm using the same account, it's just different. I get different treatment because I'm a straight white male. Or like you need to go and make some shorts. I was like, what? Like make some shorts. Once you've made about 50 shorts, come back to us and then we'll like, oh, what the fuck? This is what I'm saying. It's just turned YouTube into the old slop mill now. The old slop mill. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing some more reactions, but you've only got this tiny window of interaction because I'm not actually gonna be playing the game. That's the massive like psyop. So it's gonna be shit, really. Like, but I don't really care because again, it's like no one's watching this. I don't care. Um, it is like really shit, but until I can't be bothered to even buy like a camera because that's just how bad it is. Like maybe if I'm really bothered, I could just download this, crop it, and you just have like slightly less resolution. If you're like a whiz at home and you are listening, I would just suggest that's what you do. Just do that because, and I don't know if I'm going to be playing it. But yeah, so when has it been? It's like Christmas. I always thought it would, but really nice, really good time, really good. It's good food. So it's like New Year's Day. It's just like the full roast, turkey and gammon, pigs in blankets, stuffing balls, potatoes, sprouts, carrots. Um, yeah, it's just a gravy, mince pies, pudding. It's really good. Everything's just so indulgent. It's just I never can eat very much. That's the thing. I ate loads on Boxing Day in the end, but actually on Christmas Day I didn't eat a lot. Boxing Day, oh, it was crazy. It was like kind of just cold bits, but people usually like agree that for some reason the day after it's always a little bit more tasty. But it was really nice. Great food. And to round it up, um, we were exchanging gifts and things, and my brother just bought like us all these like really new games, like board games to play. So that was just really fun because um, some of them I'd never heard of before. They had Jenga because we used to have Jenga, and I know what happens to the Jenga set, but I don't want to tell them. But essentially, we used to have a Jenga set, and what I used it for is I I glued it together, and then I brought it to me in the Fort Park, and there's a picture of the Jenga set. The problem is, if you do that, you have to waste the whole Jenga set. And Jenga's not like a cheap game. I think it's like 20 quid or so. Um, oh, there's this other game which was like about praying mantises. But that was actually quite fun once you just sort of picked it up. It actually went quite well. And then they had this like Traitors game that they got, which was just like I think there's a game it's just based on, which is called Werewolf. Because I think I've played it before, where it's like there's like two werewolves. You have a group of like 8 people, and there'll be like two werewolves, and you just have to like go around having your normal turn, collecting gold, and then you draw a card, and it'll be like the murder night, and then it's like the werewolves can like pick people to take out, and you got to try and like guess who it is. And it was just basically a reskin of that game. So when I was playing, I was like, oh, this is just really familiar because I just remember playing it, and I was just like trying to wind my friend up because like we knew he was innocent, but I kept making a point just to lynch him anyway. He got so angry about it. He was like, "Why do you keep listening to input? He's not correct." And he's like, "Doesn't matter. We have to. We have, I just think even if he is a good guy, let's just lynch him anyway." So Jeff just went for it. And he was the narrator as well, so he was like having to narrate it, and he was like, "Yeah, you decide to put me on the cross to burn, but no, I'm innocent." I was just like, oh well, he would have probably been like evil, or like turned into like the werewolves assistant or something. So funny, got so wound up, but he'd probably become the werewolf assistant. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I've done pretty good. I don't know how much more there is to do, but of course, making like a Harley Davidson motorbike, and I've got to like this part, so I'm just gonna be kind of finishing that off. I don't think I can stand yet. Just can't quite stand. Okay, so just leave that. It's even got, yeah, you can see it's even got little hydraulic cables. The wires and stuff. That's pretty sick. And then I thought, well, I'm just gonna probably just listen to some funny videos because, yeah, it's. I was trying to think what to do. It's like, even if I fucking buy a camera, it's not gonna do anything because like I'm not gonna be able to go on YouTube until I do 50 videos apparently. It's just so bullshit. I think I need to get like 50 subscribers, which is scandalous. Like, you think how the amount of videos that there are. There's just no whatsoever. It's all this like great content, but I'll just keep making it, and then who knows? Someone will find it, and it'll just become like maybe a treasure trove. Which probably not, because it's just probably. Well, I'm not gonna say, but I don't think anyone's like looking this stuff up. No one's gonna be like searching for this, and that's alright. Because the best things in life are the rarer things. It's not always fun to go on ISO speed and then go see me go to his Africa tour. Like, he actually is going to Africa. That was the thing I kept joking about, but he is actually doing it. I wrote a comment and someone got really offended by it. I was like, it would be quite funny if he got R-worded on the first day and he had to like go home early. Someone was like, that's just really racist. I said, yeah, but it's funny. It is funny. That's what I'm saying. It's just stupid. It's like if you are someone who just laughs at racism, you are just by definition you've got the problem. Society just has an issue. Um, and we'll just see where we go. Really, it's just going to be a bit like a DJ booth because there's just not going to be any music. So I'm going to have to just keep talking really because it's not even like I got the games kind of just keep me out of my depth. I just gotta but yeah, I'll put a video on in a sec. I didn't even find which one I was gonna watch to be perfectly honest with you. Like more Pegasus videos are like really funny. It's just like I think a lot of people are starting to agree. They're just fed up with just hearing people fucking like who just don't know anything about anything. Twitch actually, well, I mean, well, this is fresh off the line. This is like 8 minutes ago. So this is gonna be it. So let's just go straight into more Pegasus. I think his videos are just like so fucked because it's just funny because he like lives his he this is the other thing I hate as well. It's just like he lives his victories through like other people vicariously. So and I've noticed people do that before. They'll just be like you'll do something and they'll say, well, you're not as good as this person, and I'll be like, well, yeah, but you're not that person. Well, what's your point? I think again that's the EZAP thing. That's the people who are like using EZAP. If people would watch this and they'd be like, the fuck is this? You see, the thing is, it's like this is where the difference would be, right? Because I remember like IShowSpeed, he had this like humbling story, and it's like where it's like, yeah, he just started off by using like his old laptop, and it was really bad and just really shoddy. But everyone was like so endearing, so sweet, you know. But if they see someone like me doing it, they'll just like I'll go on like live stream fails, and they'll be like, oh my god, this guy was trying to like use the PS5 controller to like cameras to just stream using this tiny window. Even though like I think it's pretty innovative. It's not. It's not. What I'm doing, I'm highlighting a very horrible issue, which is just I don't understand why you just don't have the PlayStation. Just doesn't allow you to just use it, but they just probably don't because they don't want you to like. I don't know. I don't know why. Probably just don't want you to have just turn it into a streaming console. I don't know why not. Because I could have just not that you could use that out and about, but that's actually good. I think that could have just been a good way of doing it. So it's just stupid. It's like yeah. You can use it on games. Sorry, you can use it on games. Yeah, but any you can't use it on videos, any movies, anything else you can't use it on. And people say, well, yeah, obviously not. For blah blah blah. But it's like, why are reactional channels allowed to do it then? Like, you can just watch like an episode. You can just like go on YouTube and I could just honestly critique things without it being like an issue. Like again, if that's a problem, someone can DMCA me or copyright strike me if I'm just gonna literally just play a video on YouTube and just not react to it. So it's just stupid. I just don't know why they missed a trick with that. Because also this camera isn't like cheap either. It was like I want to say it was like £40, which is probably just effectively just going to be a souped up webcam, isn't it? Right. So what's this? Is it like a stunt pick? Dun 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 do 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 All the instructions in Japanese. This is great. And exactly, this just goes completely with what I'm doing. Listening to Indian guy lives in Singapore telling me how a Turkish guy in America is acting. I'm just meant to sit there and just, okay. Well, the last time like he was on it, he was getting like really, really butthurt because his son had inferred he was a pedo. And this is just kind of the exact observation I made from that was just I don't know. I always find that usually like when you accuse someone of something, I know like you can argue. I don't know. You could get really offended by it because it's so egregious. But I just think, as a straight white man, well, he's not, is he? But I just think, as a man, you must have just been accused of just being a pedo so many times because it's just women know it's like the easiest way to shame people. Like for men, it'll just ruin them. Like women can somehow even be pedophiles and they'll just get away with it, but men, it will just ruin them. They'll just get like vilified for the rest of their existence. So I just find it like a bit, I don't know, cute. Um, or weird that he's just sort of so offended by it because it happens to me and I just don't even comment because it's just I don't need to prove it. I'm so sure of myself. I'm not. I just don't need to. And that's just where I just think if someone does get accused of it, and it's just to go to like so much stress, like extremes to just convince you you're not. That's why I even got like a bad feeling about those pedo hunter guys because a lot of them don't even look like they're in it for the actual protection of the children. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, they don't look like they have kids. They don't look like they've been like abused as children. So there's a few of them where I just feel like, what are they doing it for? Because you could just say it's just for money, but like I don't know. It just feels like they. Why do you have to do that? You just literally are gonna do that just for like money, or is it because maybe there's a chance that they might like be able to see some of this like child material and they'll be like, well, I had to see it because I was doing part of the investigation. And again, I know I'm like talking very like but I'm just gonna put it out there because I just think like it is a bit strange. And sometimes you do like hear that they get like exchange. He sometimes says they sometimes say to the police officers like, yeah, he did share some other like people's like pictures, and I was like, so you've seen other people's CP then? So how's that like work? Because that's why like I just think it's you gotta be so careful. Like, I don't even think that counts. If you're still like getting stent CP and you still have on your phone, it's like okay, you're doing a sting or whatever, but what's the law with that? What's the law? And like, how do we know what he's done with it? How do we know like this guy, the creepy pedo hunter guy, hasn't just got a Polaroid camera or something? He's taken a picture of that at the screen with a Polaroid camera, and he just uses like has a hot. He has like a Polaroid picture of it, so he doesn't have a digital print of it. I'm just making up a scenario where you could just. And then he'd just be like, no, 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 I didn't. I just scrubbed all my phone and stuff. And they'd be like, yeah, but you just like, I don't know, you've taken like an analog picture. Or... But yeah, I'm probably not gonna say that because they'll call me like a covert narcissist, and I'll probably have to like, I don't know, go to therapy or something, brat hot girl somewhere. Oh yeah, I had my heating on. So yeah, anyway, Morpex, this is always just talking about like how much he loves like Asmongold and uh I think people online are starting to get fed up. I don't know. I think 2026 might like sort of potentially be the year of like white people getting it back at last because we have just sort of got sick of it. I think this is when Trump came into power, we it was all very new, and the Democrats were still kind of very, very big and fresh in everyone's mind. And I think like Trump's now sort of come down, and I think he's had a year or so now, hasn't he? And it just seems clear that just we're getting sick of it. We're just getting sick of just like constantly waking up and just hearing shit and just being told by women, especially like white our own women, just like how much they hate us. It's just fucking bullshit. It's like we gave them all this power, and this is what they've done to repay us. They've opened up the fucking floodgates to a bunch of Africans and Indians. And I don't know if they're just trying to do it because they are just deliberately trying to coax us to like become a bit more like hardcore and do something like that. It's just so fucked. I was like, why have you done this? They're like, tee hee hee, so sorry. We thought you would like to have an African woman as your boss. No, I didn't. Right, I'm gonna have to turn the light on because it's gonna get dark in like an hour or so. Alright. Yeah, look, it's just got a picture of Moist Critical, and he looks like fucked. He looks fucked. He's got like, oh, maybe I can show you. No, I can't. There you go. He's got this big fucking gormless grit. I just don't know. It's not like a flowering picture of him, but for him, to me, as like a straight white male, I would give him like a. He'd probably be like a 4 out of 5, I think. People are gonna say like, oh yeah, he's got all these like sick tats. That really doesn't matter because like first of all, it's like he's really short. I'm not tall. I think I'm like 5'10", but I think he is like 5. He's very short, and then he's like. I don't say he wears the best shaped clothes. Just wears very very fat like fit bad fitting clothes. He looks greasy. He's just got that look. Even though his hair is probably like washed with the most expensive hair stuff in the world, it doesn't matter. Women just if you see men who are just, especially because he's just got like a really like mousy kind of unkept beard as well. Again, it's probably really clean, but he's not styled. He's not grooming it properly. And it's the same with his hair. He probably does get the split ends and stuff cut because I used to have long hair, and you do have to do that, otherwise it just like looks stupid. Um, but again, it's just if you just have that like long hair, um, you're just always gonna have that look. You're always just gonna kind of be looked at as like being like a hippie or like a greaseball or some kind of like heavy rocker. It's the same with like this is the thing. It's like women hate it as well because women get really offended. Like especially Katie, she gets really angry when like she wants to like go to the swimming pool wearing a thong, which I think will seem to be like something that happened to her because it sounds like she got like offended because there was a story she said where like she was like I think it was a hypothetical, but it just seemed too perfect. It just seems like she's the sort of person who's done that. She would have got like tattoos on her ass crack, and she would have been like, oh, not her ass crack, sorry, on her like ass cheeks. She'd be like, well, I better go to the beach. I'll just go to the swimming pool with my boyfriend, and we'll just. She would have done it, and then yeah, there would probably be like a swimming class with like really young kids, and then like there'd be just a sort of mum who'd be like, I'm sorry, do you mind? Just maybe, do you have anything else to wear? And she'd be like, what do you mean? She's like, well, it's just like my kids are here. Are you trying to tell me what to do? But you're such a fascist. And she went, no, I just don't think it's a problem. And then like probably she got banned because like I would do this. I would complain to the like swimming people. And then she'll just make up some story how she was a victim, and that's what women do. They just lie. They just lie. They honestly, just lie. Like I lie, but I generally tell the truth. But I think most women lie a lot, and they'll sometimes tell the truth. Because for me, I'd speak. I might lie to like if it's funny, but she might argue she thinks it's funny, but whatever. But yeah, they're like women hate it just as equally when they get judged for like getting tattoos, and people like think they're promiscuous, and they're like, "Oh, it's not fair. I don't get it." It's like, well, yeah, because it's the same thing. There's just like certain things where if you do, I'm trying to think of another one for blokes, maybe. Probably if you have like a piercing. Because there's like a guy that Dancing with Ghosts who I follow. He was like, again, I mean, he's very brave because he's got he's like I guess he does emo rock, but he He's got coloured hair and like, loads of piercings, and he does always go on about how he just gets a yeah, absolutely every other comment he'll get is just going to be because he's so low hanging fruit. But you can tell like he's built up a right resistance to it because these are the men where they're like the ones who just got like the tons of arrows in their back because they're just like so used to just people saying stuff. It's like with me, I'm so used to just like fucking anyone of color just saying I'm racist, a woman just saying I'm a misogynist, um, any gay people just saying like oh, I'm transphobic. Because like, the problem is just that it's not even so much that you just have to accept that trans people exist, which even if you do, what is that? Such a tiny fraction of the country. But then it's almost like, oh, we're making such a deal and song and dance about it. It's just crazy. It's just so stupid. Just how like so much of ethics and democracy just seems to string along a bunch of like a tiny, tiny percentage of the world. And they seem to have so much like power. Like I don't know any trans people. I don't think I've ever known any trans people. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I'm sure people will tell me it is. I just saying, never just had one. I just didn't know it was a real problem. But I'm just sick of these people who just like that's their whole like their whole identity. So I don't have to like go around saying I'm fucking straight white male all the time, and everything I'm going to talk about is just all the oppression I get. And the irony is, I do get oppression. I'm the one who's oppressed. That's the sad thing. It's like the tables have turned. It's not like anyone else now is oppressed. It's us. It's like we're having to pay for the sins of our fathers. Even though what do? They just like they saved the world. Right. Welcome back to a series.
Crashy. Even Nina Lynn subscribed.
Whoa!
Video.
Dude, he's got like he has the film report character, yeah. He's my favorite one. Right, so let's see. So what am I doing? Okay. Let me just get into the swing of this and I'll get this started, right? So the primer case, yeah, I need to paint that black. Okay, fine.
Hassan is crashing out at Aiden Ross, claiming that he was negotiating a kick contract behind the scenes. Aiden has responded saying Hassan hates America
Wow.
and belongs in prison. He also brings up Hassan yanking his old dog's tail and calls him an animal abuser, horrible person.
Can I just say, by the way, that every single person in this video, I might even go meta and go say, even me, they're just terrible people. And this is just what you gotta remember. It's just that all these people are gonna like virtual signal they're better than each other, but they're probably all just massive assholes. It's just there's not really anyone who has the integrity to kind of handle being famous. It really. That's why like one of the Ten Commandments was, thou shalt have no idols or any like celebrity, any sort of idols or false gods. Right, let's see. So I think it's like that. Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Hassan responds claiming it's a very old clip, saying that he didn't know it was recorded. He also plays victim, saying that that dog is dead now. He used his old...
What does that even mean? Didn't know it was recording. Is that just like an actual defense that you can say? Just be like, oh, I didn't know. I sorry about the R word. I didn't realize we were being recorded. Oh yeah, no, that's right. You are. I mean, I think that can happen in some circumstances. Like uh, if you broke into someone's house and you found evidence, I think even if you found that evidence to just be like literally a smoking gun, because you stole it, it would mean it's like invalid. I think that has happened before. And people are just acquitted, and it's just that they know they are the criminal, but because they messed up the process, they have to go home. Or like with OJ, and it's just like get like loads of black people doing the joke. Alright, just let that dry for a wee bit. Right. Why did I didn't mean to push
There's
that.
really only one smart choice for chefs. And
You just know this is Indian, so they'll do this.
Jeremy Solomon,
Language is failing me in this. Ultimate and brought up Israel once again and claims that Kaya is very spoiled, so she's
Very
abused.
spoiled.
Hassan is calling out Clavicular's unhinged stalker for harassing him, and his 32-month subscribers are telling him to stop using the word stalker because it's offensive? Oh lord. Rank #1 SA superstar Nina Lin is back. She has been unbanned on Twitch despite essaying two guys live on camera, and she's gloating at her victory. Asmon has responded disgusted. Penguin Zero has jumped in to obliterate Twitch and roast Nina Lin. Subscribe or Santa turns into Froggen and eats your cookies. Your call.
One eternity later.
I mean, what do you want me to say? This is just what you'd expect someone who does have like an IQ of like about 85, 90. This is just what I mean. This is why, like, for me, when I'm the one who's like laughing at them, I'm like a tiny fraction. Like no one cares because they're all on his side. They all think like that's actually like really funny. I look at it and I think it's just weird. I think it's really, really weird. It's like, why is this guy just like obsessing over? Do you know what I mean? It's like, if I imagine if I was like obsessed with like Bollywood, I suppose you would think I'm a weird guy. You'd be like, oh, you're like that guy who's fucking obsessed with Bollywood. It's like this is what this guy's like. He's just obsessed with just like white culture. He just loves it. I don't think he ever talks about anyone who's ever Indian. No Indian ever like talks about anyone who's ever Indian. It's always like fucking. He never talks about Neon. I don't think I've ever heard Neon's name come out. He probably doesn't even recognize Neon. Neon's probably not even like his own class. Probably not even in the same caste system. He'll be like, no, he's Brahmin. Well, Brahmin's the best. He could be Brahmin because he probably does come from like a really rich family. Yeah, it's just fucked. It's just really fucked. I think, what do you want me to do about it? Right, let's see. So what else do I need to do? So do that black. Yeah. Silver. Okay, silver. Oh, do I have to paint that with silver? Yeah, alright, yeah. I love, da-da-da-do, do-do-do-do. So I think of this slop. This is like sloppy cum.
Right, it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality. Who is Hassan crashing out at today? Ding, 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 it's Aiden Ross. Hassan calls
I like Mr. Krabs with a little bell.
out Aiden Ross for attacking his pro-Palestine position, denies ever inquiring about Kick. Right, so context, basically in the past, Aiden Ross said that Hassan's manager was discussing a deal about Kick, and he didn't, like, get enough, so he stayed on Twitch, and Hassan denies this ever happening.
Attacked me for the last 2 years over my fucking pro-Palestine position endlessly. Aiden Ross has also stated that he was pro-Israel until, like, recently, right? Now and then, if pushed, he would go, oh, yeah, I'm pro-Palestine, free Palestine, some shit like that. But now he's totally leaning into that side. This was such a stupid take that, like, even Aiden's fan base didn't believe this. They were like, dude, what the f*** are you talking
Who's
about?
Aiden's fan base? Black.
Don't lie. Don't do that. And guess what? You would have taken the crypto money from Stake. So you don't even make any fucking sense. You suck.
Oh,
I like
suck.
this conversation, this hypothetical, because I objectively did not. Even XQC denied that, I think. Yeah.
Even
What
XQC
are we talking about?
denied it.
Yeah. Why do I hate America, by the way? Because of America's continued allegiance with Israel in the process of doing a genocide. Okay? That's it. Why these motherfuckers were like, oh, you hate America, you hate America. Because I kept saying, I don't think America should be giving unlimited weapons to Israel.
Right. That's
Right.
America deserved 9/11 comments. You know, a terrorist attack where Americans died.
America
See, look.
deserved 9/11, dude. I'm saying
That's it. Look, see.
Before all this other stuff.
We should let more Pegasus definitely come in. He will look after all of our women. He promises he won't, like, be creepy.
USSR. Bro said it's unfortunate that the USA defeated the USSR.
this is the country that defeated the USSR, unfortunately.
He's a Stalin enjoyer, bro. It doesn't get worse than that. Cosplays as his favorite dictator.
His favorite dick.
And it doesn't
I love
matter if
dick.
they call him Electric Dog Guy or they
Dick.
shut down his stream. His unlimited glazing
I love
on
dick.
Xbox will never stop. Dude,
I love
you
dick.
never played League of Legends. You can't use your ultimate this early. He already
I love
lost-
dick. I love dick. That's what I think he keeps saying. Because then probably Professor Wigner would be there and they'd be like, oh, no. You cannot do that here. You cannot do that here. Is that racist? Probably. I thought it was a pretty good like, impression. Oh, no. You cannot do that. Professor Wigner, what are you doing here? Oh, I just come to check on my favorite students. Alright. Back to black. I had a red door and I want to paint it black. It's I don't know why I didn't do that. Okay. That is tickety boo. Tickety doo 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 doo. Tickety doo 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 doo. Doodle doo 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 doo. Doodle doo 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 doo. Bow bow. Doodle doo 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 doo. You're probably thinking, well, Impa, what song is that? It's just a one I just made up. That's just, you know, if I was able to use my full gifts to help the world, I could, but no, we've got to let more Pegasus and Hassan wearing a fucking Christmas. Do you think this fuckhead likes Christmas? Of course not. And you can see, like, his head's way too, like, big, small for, like, that hat. It's probably a child's hat. They're like Germany, those children's hat. And, oh, fucking, here comes pineapple head Hassan baby heads on. Well, baby heads not even a good word because babies have really big heads. Because your head doesn't change that much actually when you're when you're a kid. Like, it doesn't.
Up Israel, bro. Like, come on, buddy. You gotta hold it. Use it for an opportunistic moment. And also, like, how can you possibly argue that, oh, people are being ridiculous saying that you hate America? You support 3 different terrorist boys who openly want Americans dead. I mean, that's the logical conclusion. I feel
Play
like
with my
the
sack.
best Christmas present for Hassan. If you're listening, Taylor Lorenz, here's a quick note for you. Just give him a button that automatically says Israel. So anytime anything is happening, you just press the button and go. It's like the ultimate defense maneuver. I don't know if you guys have watched Naruto. There's like this guy called Neji. He's got the Byakugan or whatever, right? And it was
Or whatever. And he knows exactly what's called. He's like, he's playing off. He's like, nah, I don't watch that, man. Probably jerks off to it. Probably jerks off to it.
All these little bitches are saying the same shit. It's funny because it's true. Actual W from Aiden. Wow, even Aiden can sound based on this topic. That's scary. You f***ed up if Aiden Ross of all people make you sound like an idiot. Think what a lot of these guys don't fucking understand is, yeah, you agree with him because you are also a dumbass.
Right. Is he gonna say that? Hang on.
Real.
Sound like an idiot. Think what a lot of these guys don't fucking understand is, yeah, you agree with him because you are also a dumbass.
Of course,
Oh,
you're
not
the
quite.
smart one. Real high IQ person here. Please join Mensa or something, man. You'd have a great shot, trust me. Nice of him to allow his dog not to be a stage prop anymore. Hassan brings up Palestine every time he gets into hot water, using the bodies of Palestinians to deflect from your own horrible action. Like, if you take it to the logical conclusion, Hassan is legitimately just like a heinous person. I hate all these people who did this.
Why it's always SpongeBob?
Especially when it's completely unrelated, like situations like shocking your dog, or even like an argument with Aiden Ross. Like, what is your problem, man? Get in there and make it about Israel. Hassan's a professional. Right, so then Aiden responds saying that Hassan should go to jail and calls him a terrorist.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Aiden challenges Hassan to take a course on how to treat animals properly while he takes a course on Palestine.
Oh, lick my massive ass. Lick my giant ass.
Pro-Israel initially, like he would have a hard time.
Lick my giant ass. Sorry, I don't know why I had to keep doing that. Right. So we'll wait for these to dry. Okay, what can I get on with? What's the back piece then? So what's this F2? Oh, let me see. F2. F2. Yes, F. Oh, you reckon it's that? No, I don't think it is this. It isn't this piece. Spaghettios. Am I missing a piece? Am I missing a piece? Because that's the front one, I think. Yeah, that's the front bit. I don't think it's here. Then. I didn't go dropped it. Have I? Oh, that's annoying though. That's very annoying. Okay. So there's a piece missing, eh? Oh, welly. Just gonna have to try and make do. Yeah, I mean, that's not good. That's like quite a lot of bits of pieces missing. Oh well. I wonder if I dropped it, because I was making this yesterday when I was back at my parents'. I just wonder if it's... So basically, the piece I'm missing is it's like the back tread for the it's like the I guess you call it the mud flap, I think. But it's like the mud flap for the back wheel. Because I can see the front one. Because the thing is, I bought this second hand, and I looked at all the pieces, and obviously I can't gauge perfectly because I don't know the kit. And I remember, like, the woman, like, was being crabby with me. She was like, why did you, she was like, I'm just going to tape this up because someone's, like, gone and opened it. And I, like, called her out. I was like, oh, that was me, because I always want to check there's pieces in there. And she said, oh, no, I checked. They're all in there. And I was like, oh, okay. It's just because, like, one time I did go to, like, another town. We opened up, and it was, like, half of the plane had been finished. I was like, she was like, no, it's I did check. So I'm just gonna say, like, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, because the only other, like, thing I think it could be is that I was making it yesterday at my parents, and some of the pieces were loose. So you can see here there's, like, the chair, the front mudguard, and these, I think that's, like, the petrol cap cover. I'm not sure what that is, but it should be blue. It should be the same color. And I think those pieces were loose, but I just want to make sure 100% sure. So it's quite a big piece. That's the thing. It's not like a tiny piece. It's like so. Because the only other weird thing I remember noticing was, like, these were made. So the front and back wheels had already been made. And I just thought, oh, they came in the pack like that. No, they didn't. So there would have been two packets, which have had the rubber wheel, and then the rim. And they built both wheels. So they built both wheels, and there were, like, a couple of things that were loose, and then everything else till now looks fine. But this is the problem. It's just like when you buy a second-hand model kit, you just have to probably appreciate you might find a piece missing. It's shit, because especially this one's really important, because it's like the back part, and I can just see that the back part's got so much shit that you just attach to it, and now it's just all redundant now. It would still look okay, I suppose. It'll probably just look a bit odd, and it'll just be like, that's the charm. Like, because I was gonna give it to my dad, but if the thing's gone. I mean, he was there when I bought it, so he'll know. I'll just say, like, look, it was missing. Obviously, didn't lose it, but there is a chance that, because when we were playing games, the cat was, like, in the box, but I just don't think she would have, like, actually have taken anything out. I think she was just, like, more like sniffing and, like, she chews, like, the the plastic bag. I doubt she would have like taken a piece out. But I just thought I'd just ask, because then I can kind of... It's just what happens. Because you just don't know what the story is. You don't know if it's been like some kid has just been given a model kit, and that's probably what's happened. And they just open the box, and they just think like... They'd be like, oh, this looks good, and they'll just like they'll open it, and they'll look at the instructions, like, oh no, this is too hard, and then like the only like bits they know they could build would be the wheels, and then they'd think, oh, maybe I should try and put the top bit on there as well, and they'd take that piece off, and they'd like try and put it over the top, and they realise they can't fasten it, and they're just like, oh, this is rubbish, and they're just like that. Then they would just put it in, and they'd never touch it. That's like kind of probably what the life cycle is of like, what's happening. You just get it as like a gift. So yeah, it's a shame. Cause it's just like of all the pieces as well. It's quite a prominent one. I mean, at least it's not one of the wheels. But there are some pieces where it would pretty much just fuck the whole model. I think I've done that. I've actually built one before, I think, and there was like a piece that was like quite... I can't remember which one it was. It was like a plane or something. It was something really important. Like one of the wings was missing. I was like, fuck this. I just said, oh, it's like you can just have to have it's like a damaged plane. Especially when you get one of these like old like 1960s kits. Like, good luck trying to fucking find that out. Guess what happens next time? Alright, let's hear more about this. Oh, this is Willies and Pooh.
I was never pro-Israel originally, but okay.
If you remember, like...
You talk about 2022, before anybody was saying it, I was saying it. Speed didn't even know the meaning of it, Hassan. Hassan, you are such a f***ing pussy, bro. I don't know how you're not in jail. I don't know why nobody's called PETA. I can see you don't have your dog anymore in this bed because you're a f***ing abuser, in my opinion, allegedly. You're just a horrible human. People can say what the f*** they want to say about me, but you are a piece of shit. You're literally garbage. You are. You hate America, but yet you live here. You suck. And you're like 10 years older than me, bro. And you hate America. Clown. Guys, this guy is not in America. He's a terrorist. Guys, why are we surprised? Allegedly, in my opinion, terrorism, women beaters, bestiality, in my opinion. Not saying this guy, but that's just my cup of tea.
Actually, you okay? In front of everyone.
How did I know that without even knowing this clip? How did I know that? You're born to be violent.
Stated that he was pro-Israel until, like, recently, right?
Well, yes, bro. I'm educated on the topic, Hassan. I'm very educated on the topic now. I'll tell you what, Hassan. I will take a course to fully understand the history of Palestine if you can take a course how to treat an animal properly. I say we do it, bro. Let's do it. We can do it together. I'm down if you're down, bro. Please. Think about me. My friends aren't accused of essay, abusing animals. I just don't like this moral... Everyone's moral and consistent with what they believe in and shit like that. Because Hassan contradicts himself all the time. Like,
Right, so
Right.
in case of potentially two regards fighting here, let me just break that down here. So, yes, Hassan did actually shock his dog. Yes, he does actually hate America. Now, is he a terrorist? I don't know if I'd go that far, but, there's a bunch of people like Aiden Ross who like to throw that out there, right? And there's lots of other random allegations he sort of just put in.
That's what I mean. This guy's such a pussy. He's happy for, to jump on other people's comments, but he will never actually put his own opinion down. He's just such a pussy. what I hate about these people. They just sit on the field and they just shark off, like, they just, like, yeah, they just take off other people. And they think, oh, and I'm doing literally the same thing, but at least I'm just, like, dissing them. I'm not just trying to, like, join the slop. Like, this time I'm, like, going meta, because I'm just taking the piss out of him. And then it's like, oh, I'm just gonna, like, not really say anything. I'm always gonna fence it. But I'm always gonna pretend anything, it will always be like I'm the moral arbiter, even though I just fence it. Make it nice and easy, and I don't never ever say anything contrarian or against the grain. Always gonna go on X first with my like fake Akusa account and just scout about and feel like what people are up to. Because I hate it if I was like ever on Yeet and he had a video of me and everyone was like saying nasty things about me. I just couldn't handle it, dude. It'd be really bad for your ESAT score. Oh yes, I know about ESAT. Everyone's now starting to learn about ESAT. I try and post it anytime I can. Anytime there's like anything to do with Indians just being deceitful, I'll just always try and post like that ESAT description. As soon as people learn about it, they was like, oh, that makes so much sense. It makes sense why they do it. No wonder they're like that. Okay, give me a moment. This weed is like really sandy, but it's like really sticky. So you just like really gunges out your like grinder. It's just always good just to clean it out. You can probably get like a bong's worth of like extra weed from the grinder if you can clean it out. I'm not even kidding, right? The best thing I ever found, that because you can get like electric grinders, I know. And this is basically what that is. But it was like my ex had this like coffee bean crusher. But she like fucking never used it. And I was like, I got a bag of weed, and I was like I didn't have a grinder. And I was like, oh god, I'm trying to think of anything I could find to like do it. And I was like about to put it in like the food processor, because that would probably do it. Right. But anyway, yeah, it's nice to hear more Pegasus calling them regards.
I don't know if he's talking about Hassan specifically or his associate. When he said bestiality, I think he might be talking about Hassan's uncle, Chunk Yogurt, who made some interesting comments about the subject, let's just say.
I would legalize bestiality where you are pleasuring the animal. You see what I'm saying?
But yeah, I feel like despite Ada Ross's pretty...
They love that, though. That's the thing. They love all that shit over in
like a debate. He just has way too many skeletons in your closet. Like, how do you argue when people can just say you shocked your dog, right? It's just like, you can't really sit on the high horse there. And we're not talking about the time you were mini frogging and you were basically torturing your horse, right? When you were a very broke kid, by the way. Very puffy, well-fed broke kid with horse riding lessons, of course. What's that? You're telling me your family didn't have a stable?
Look, he's got like a fucking SpongeBob. He's like in the car. It's like, this stuff is pissing me off. It's like something like I'd expect like my like 6-year-old son, oh boy, he'll be 6 soon. My son to like make. He'd be like, look at this, and I'd be like, oh, this is really interesting. And I'll have a look at it, and he'd be like, yeah, he's just like printed out some just stills from like I don't know, Doggy, not yeah, Bluey, SpongeBob, and Hello Doggy, and I'll just be like, oh, okay, that's pretty funny. Do you see what I'm saying? But then, like the next year, I just wouldn't expect that. He's probably gonna have moved on to like maybe like superheroes. Because, for example, there's like cartoons I'm fond of from the 90s, but I'm not obsessed with them. Like as an adult, I still will like watch if someone does a video and does like a deep dive into it. I'll watch it just more out of like me being reminded from it because I don't have like whatever fucking thing they're on now. I think they're on like someone on like Max Premiere or some shit, like some stupid platform like they have. There's this guy called Dusk Till Dawn who he just seems to love watching that era of TV cartoons. So he'll just do like a massive like 3 hour long documentary on the weird episodes of Hey Arnold, and I'll watch that. But I'm never gonna just like put like stills of Hey Arnold in my like videos or ever use them on X or anything. I just think like I don't need to because it's for kids, and it's the same thing with this guy. So what? Well, why are we letting him off? I hate this shit. Like, why are we letting like these people like, just get away with this? It's just not content. And it's just weird from like a sort of an IP perspective. Like, he hasn't got permission to use these. He's like making money from it. Just I don't like it. It just feels like everything's been stolen. Again, he's like stealing everything. He's stealing all the opinions. He's stealing all the stories. Because you wouldn't have, if these guys didn't exist, you wouldn't have anything to talk about. So he just lives off other people. But you know, whatever. It's all entertainment, baby.
But yeah, you just can't sit on your hypothetical high horse here while also shocking your dog and lying about it. For 2 months, by the way. Also, Aiden brought up that clip of Hassan yanking his dog's tail, something that was uncovered by the internet detectives during the dog shocking saga, which is still going on, by the way. And that was basically him threatening his life and yanking its tail, something that can cause permanent damage to a dog and something that kids are taught not to do. Because, you know, obviously it's a horrible experience for the dog. It can potentially paralyze them, cause permanent damage, etc. I challenge Hassan to point to Palestine on a map. Oh my god, I still remember that clip where he's trying to, like, name a bunch of, like, places, and he just completely fucking failed.
I don't know which is which, dude. Close the cookies? Oh yeah, true. Doesn't know where Yemen is? Okay, I'm gonna click close. I'm closing it. I'm closing it. I think no. Got it. One of these.
Right, so the back and forth continues. Hassan responded to the infamous fish clip and accepts that Aiden Ross's trade offer to do a course in how to treat dogs properly. Fish is basically Hassan's dog, Hassan's old dog.
If you run right now, I'll fucking kill you. Like, I'll act.
I mean, guys, this guy is not in America. He's a terrorist. Guys, why are we so...
Like, he has, like, clips on deck of me from 10 fucking years ago. I don't even know this clip existed on the internet. And it doesn't even fucking matter. He's just like, oh, look at him. Like, this is my dead dog, okay? This is Fish. For all the newcomers, my dog Fish, my first ever dog that I had.
Why is he called Fish? Why is he called Fish?
Tire store, okay? Who I raised, who unfortunately passed away during COVID. It was devastating, and that was the reason why I didn't adopt another dog for many years. And he's like, well, I can't believe it. He's like such a dog abuser. It's like, okay, dude.
Yeah, nice argument, you absolute moron.
You absolute moron.
You know, have you tried doing that? How about you explain why you felt the need to yank your dog's tail
Yank.
and threaten his life like an absolute scumbag.
Yank.
Instead of that, he goes, well, it's a pretty old clip.
Yank.
This is being recorded and streamed. I don't even know how you guys
Yank.
Okay, so you admit that it's a bad clip and you did something
Yank.
wrong. Instead of owning up to your mistakes, you go, it's pretty old,
Just fucking pictures like Patrick, looking like a retard. So I don't know what to think anymore, Dan. Just don't know what to think about any of these videos. That's why I can't enter the pack. That's why I can't be famous. Because I don't want it. I don't want the fame. I don't want people to be like me. Maybe this is true. Let's have a look. Primer case. We didn't start the penis. Right, what's this? A23. So I've got to get that. Ho Chi Minh, Chip Nation back again, moonshot, stock water gain, pump rock, Bacon, Reagan, Palestine, terror on the airline, Ayatollahs in Iran, Russians in Afghanistan, Wheel of Fortune, Sally Ride, heavy metal, suicide, AIDS, crack, burning deaths, hypodermics on the shorewave. I messed up. Rock and roller cola wars, I can't take it anymore. So let's see what we're on. A23. Does that need to be black? It doesn't say so. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Oh, I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want. I'll tell you what I want. Really, really, really want. I want. Really. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Living is so easy. It never ends. We used to be a country, man. Now all music is boop music. Everything gets voted for by Indians, and they just vote for like OF models to be like professors in the class. Because there was someone who did, it was like a video was showing like that. They were like, I can't believe that now you've got OF models becoming lecturers in universities. And I was like, you do realize who are the people who are now like in the universities now? It's like all these black and Indian people, and they love OnlyFans. They love willies. Wheelies. I love wheelies. It's all wheelies. I like wheelies. It's I love wheelies. What? It's I love wheelies. Can you please keep it down? I love wheelies. Can you keep it down? That's me every time I go out. Wheelies. I love wheelies. It's I like wheelies. What? It's I love wheelies. Can you please keep it down? Getting way too into it. I just gotta like confess my love for wheelies.
I didn't know it was recorded. So you didn't know it was recorded that you were caught being a piece of shit to your dog. So similar to Dogtober 7 where you got caught shocking your dog and you're like, oh shit. Also, I don't know about you guys, but this kind of seems like some emotional manipulation what he did here. Like, oh, it's my dead dog. You guys are bringing up my dead dog. You're really sinking to the lowest of the low. I mean, dude, it is relevant in establishing a pattern of behavior in the abuse you do to your dogs, right? When you refuse to tell the truth about what happened to Kaya, people had to dig deeper and see, okay, we need to look into his previous dogs and how did he treat his previous dogs as well. And, I'm sorry what happened to Fish or whatever, but I don't know, you shouldn't have yanked your dog's tail, or at least give an explanation. Maybe be like, oh, yeah, this is the first time I ever interacted with a dog in my life. I had no idea. I felt so horrible after this. I had to learn I got scolded by my trainer or something like that. I don't know, like, some level of remorse, like, it's not something that you can never come back from, right? You can do something wrong, and then you can own up to it and be like, okay, yeah, this was kind of fucked up. Oh my god, I'm so sorry about that. I felt really bad about it. But instead, like, his reaction always wants to never admit he's wrong. Never admit. It's not in the Soundpiker playbook, because that's not how you run a cult, right? Also, I would like to bring your attention to his chat here. And you might see them spamming hearts for his dog, and you think, oh wow, dude, they're so sweet. Oh
I think we should let Mil Pegasus into a Western country. I think he's proven he is clearly like loyal enough. He's clearly spent his life learning about everything there is to know about us, and I just think it's great. It's like I say, he'll probably tell you he's more Anglo than you know. He'll say I'm like a fake one. He'll say, did you actually know that like the true Anglos came from whatever his family's from? I mean, that's really convenient. He'll be like, yeah, I know, isn't it? And I'll say, do you like my hat? And I'll be like, oh, I do. Why'd you wear it indoors? And he'll be like, well, it keeps my head warm. The baseball cap. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Well, it's just, don't normally wear hats when you're indoors. Oh, well, you're wearing a Christmas hat. Yeah, I know, but I'm wearing a Christmas hat ironically. Maybe I'm wearing a hat ironically. Okay, why didn't you say that then? Exactly, that's exactly how the argument will go. So I don't need it.
But this is the same chat that
Right.
spams hearts for terrorists who murdered innocent civilians just because, you know, they might be Israeli or something. So
Might be Israeli or something. I hate the way he always says that. It's like, that's what I mean. It's like he never like, actually like says what he wants to say because he's always like or something or whatever. It's just such a pussy. Just say it. Just be honest. He'll just be on the fence, but I don't want to put my opinion. But he's probably Muslim though. He probably does hate Jews. He'll never say that because he knows he won't be able to go to America. Even though the Jews are probably not going to have along there either, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm still dicking over you. You're going to say, what does I'm still dicking mean? Well, that is tickety boo. Yeah, you just get crotch cam. You get crotch cam. I'm gonna do a bit of a shift. I'm still dicking over you. I like penis. I like penis. Oh, I love that stuff. But you know what's really sad? It doesn't taste as good as it used to. Okay, I think you can see that a bit better, can't you? I'm still digging out over you. So that's the stuff that's drying. That's the stuff I'm working with, and that's just kind of the end, like the main thing. Happy? Yeah, happy. No. Paints, tools. All right.
And they'll basically support us on in anything, right? And I just find it interesting that, like, they'll spam hard, but they don't call him out for yanking his dog's tail, man. Like, I don't know, you might have done some actual damage there. Also, interesting observation, but Kaya did actually move when you were talking about that clip of you yanking Fish's tail, moved a little after. I feel like Kaya can sense the disturbance in the force there.
What?
You know, you zap her already. That's already bad enough. So when she heard about you yanking her, your previous...
So I can see he's got like a moist critical toy. And again, it's just like the epitome of Indian. I mean, as a white man, if I ever saw another white guy who had like a moist critical plushie or like a Funko Pop, I just think it's weird. Unless there's like a really funny backstory to it. Maybe. I don't know, an ex-girlfriend bought her as a quirky gift because they said you reminded her of her. Like that, maybe. Even that's not even a compliment.
oh shit, my god. He's gonna put me back in the Citadel again. Maximum security prison, you know?
What?
Hassan uses his Byakugan, you know, his ultimate...
Byakugan. Israel. Israel.
Social media plus 3 times data this winter.
Digrail.
Imagine being timed by 3.
You'd have 3 brains, not 1 brain cell.
Which, once again, utterly irrelevant to the main point of contention here. Like, it's like, we moved on from him talking about Israel and defending Israel to, like...
Hassan, I will take a course to fully understand the history of Palestine.
Great.
If you could take a course how to treat an animal properly.
Fucking awesome. Let's do it. I love that. Especially considering that, not only did I learn a lot from raising fish and didn't have like I wasn't as experienced, but I am certainly a lot more experienced now. Yeah, that sounds great. I love the notion that like not only do these guys run with the fact that I'm abusing Gaia, but they have no concept of like how to raise an animal or a dog or how to train a dog at all. Not realizing that Gaia is not only one of the best taken care of dogs of all time, incredibly spoiled, but also is very good. Like, really, really, really f***ing well trained. So yeah, great. I'll take another course on how to treat animals.
Yeah, she's so well trained, guys. Look. She's sitting there. Wow, like how well trained. I trained her to sit there for 10 hours a day. Congrats, Hassan. Your training really paid off. Wow, this is such a real proof of your intelligent, awesome training that you use her as a...
I love his like little outfit. He's got like wife beater on, and he goes to the gym, but his like muscles are like not defined at all. I'm not allowed to talk about it because it'll be seen as racist, but unfortunately, he might look the way he might. I'm still digging. Alright, what have we got? So C13. Does that need to be silver? No, it doesn't say. Fine. I love it. Let's do it. So D5. That's A. Oh, fuck. I've really shot myself there. I'm still standing. I'm still standing. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, so if you're going to lose any part of the kit, it's like, if you just lost like a tiny little peg, you'd be like, oh, you can get over that. You lose the fucking back mud cap, whatever it's called. It just kind of sucks. And then people will be like, you haven't done the back bit. And you'll be like, you have to try to explain to them. I'm not going to listen to you. You fucking idiot, that's not what the bike looks like. You forgot the back piece. Right.
Live fucking prop in the background of your stream, right? And he goes, I learned a lot, guys, from yanking my previous dog's tail. I'm more experienced now, in abusing my dogs. I upgraded from yanking to pressing a shock button. Now I don't even have to go and touch my filthy dog. Instead, I gotta get the zapper from a distance because I'm a piece of shit. And just a
piece of shit. So angry.
Dog saga. This wasn't a one-off instance.
Babe eats dog.
Freaking out if this is a one-off instance.
Sorry. That probably was racist. That was too far. That was tickety boo. Right. So E13. What have we got? Interesting. pieces are good quality. The Japanese do make a really good kit because it's very. It's just like, for example, like the silver piece. I know it's not gonna look very much, but they actually are like just silver, and if that makes sense. It's just, and it's just nice when they do that. It's nice when you see they've actually like basically done. It's some of them you have to paint, and there might be a reason why, because there are like silver pieces which are just asked to be painted black. It doesn't make any sense. I just don't get what it. There must be a reason why they have to do that, but whatever. I see C5. Quietly confident. What would you say, Bick? Quietly confident. I'm feeling quietly confident. Bun. Ball. B. Yeah, my brother was like raving because Brian Badongo had done a podcast. I was like, that sounds like it could be funny, but then I don't know what the state of like, I don't know, comedy is these days on mainstream TV. And I watched one and it was like, I just don't know, because it's, my brother made a point. He was like, he doesn't, obviously they're not okay, my she's asking, it's right. Let's see. See what they say.
Was a pattern of behavior, okay, and it was constant lies and lies. He shot his dog multiple times in multiple different clips, and also there's a clip of Kaya being afraid to even take a sip of water. She stares at us.
Take a sip of water.
Going, oh my God, is it okay? Can I put a paw off to take a sip of water? Am I gonna get zapped? Oh my God, like, yeah, real great progress, Hassan. You learned a lot there.
Dude, I'm gonna be sick.
Incredibly spoiled Kaya who wanted to stretch her legs for 0.2 milliseconds into a disciplined.
Alright.
Sits there and fucking dies or something. Reminder, Hassan called Kaya spoiled for moving around the house because when his mom came over, then she was allowed to move around the house, and that was very spoiled. Spoiled rotten, you see. I didn't even know this clip existed, is a lie and is not a defense. He absolutely knew because he's watching every episode of the Legendary series. Yeah,
it's his favorite.
He just tailed a post a thirst trap. Yeah, apparently it was for like.
I just jerked off all over the game.
Something like that, and he wanted fish to just sit still. Moving on to Hassan talking about clavicular. Now, basically, context, there's this really dumb creator who's super into looks maxing to the point where he seriously damages his body by taking drugs and steroids and doing a bunch of extremely regarded shit, right? And he recently got into a situation where there's a stalker basically harassing him repeatedly, and he came in front of his car, and then he basically ran him over, right? And the internet is split between, oh, was this self-defense, or was this a legitimate murder? Is it justified because this guy was harassing him nonstop, or is it not justified because, he kind of ran him over? Now, the part of this situation that is not debatable is that the guy who was harassing him was definitely a stalker, right? So Hassan calls the stalker a stalker, but apparently that's
SpongeBob.
Of course, we got Hassan's chat woke scolding him again. Lovely. Hassan's viewers turn on him after he condemns clavicular.
Oh, willies and shit.
It doesn't look like stalking. It looks like public harassment. No. It is public harassment, but it's also stalking because there were different instances where that same guy was like pursuing him, and it's very clear that he doesn't want to be around him. And even at a different time, that guy had approached him when he was out in public.
Okay.
It is stalking, whether you want to admit it or not. It truly is stalking. Stop calling him a stalker. He's a human being. Are you okay? Are you trying to rage bait me? Is that what's going on? That's a stalker, brother. You're saying a dumbass stalker and got killed is all fine? I don't think he got killed. What do you mean? Are you rage baiting? You fucking murdered a person? Are you rage baiting? Stop calling him dehumanizing things, though. He's a stalker. That doesn't mean we should normalize your language here. Wait, what? I'm being rage baited, right? Collectively, because this is not a one guy situation right now. This is a chat is off the perky. Hassan going to his right wing turn went counter racism from his streamer friends and just encouraging violence when Greek streamers thrive on that shit? Nah, you're all joking. Okay, it's funny. Alright, enough, please. School's out of session, so all the kids are in here? No. Absolutely beautiful. 32-month subscribers, by the way. That was in a random chatter again. Now, just so you guys know, this guy's absolutely a stalker, right? So this is one of the few situations in which Hassan is absolutely in the right here. But his audience that he's called... cultivated is so fucking brain dead. Even he cannot believe it. He's like, am I getting rage baited now? Are these people really reaching this level of stupidity right now where they actually have an issue with me calling a stalker a stalker? So I don't know why exactly they have so much empathy for this criminal, but this is Hassan's chat.
Dude, I'm about to be sick all over the game, mate.
Basically everyone. It's called radical empathy, where you are empathetic towards non-innocent people. You are empathetic towards murderers, criminals, terrorists, stuff like that. You spam hearts for terrorists, and at that point, it's no.
Yeah. I love my friend, what's his face? I don't even know what your name is. It's probably got like a funny name. But I love him. He's so good. He's loves SpongeBob. Everyone loves a bit of SpongeBob, don't they? Who fucking doesn't? Doesn't fucking love SpongeBob, man. Shit. We should have done that. Okay. Way too much. Okay, that might be right. We just let that dry. Right. Yeah, fine. Oh yeah. I said, it's not imperative. Like, I can still finish it, but it will just look silly. You just wouldn't have a bike like that. If you've ever ridden a bike, that mud guard is fucking awful. You realize how useful these things are. So, especially like a motorbike. You would still be able to ride it, or just, the seat would just get, like, the back of the seat would just get covered in like mud. But yeah, it just means that there's going to be like parts of it now. Like you have like the back part and like the bit where you have like the satchels and stuff. That's all going to be on. Right. I love porn.
Really empathy. It's basically cruelty to the innocent, right? And the sad part about all of this is that it wasn't even one person trying to rage bait him. This is legitimately his chat. This is legitimately his community, who he has conditioned to be as brain dead as humanly possible. And I love how, through the course of the series, Hassan is realizing day by day that, okay, my community is actually, holy shit, so bad. I understand.
He always use a white guy.
On a daily basis, because imagine dealing with this. You can't even call a stalker because it's offensive or something. Something. Long-term subs. Defund the dog torturers. Most masochistic community on Twitch. I didn't think that parasocial Coomers could be beat in that department, but at least they get to see semi-naked women on their screens. At least Coomers get the most primal basal value out of being a Coomer. Being a Hassan sub, I'd imagine that's being in a trance and stubbing your toe continuously till you randomly wake up and realize, what the frick have I been doing? I'm sure Coomers have the same realization, but at least they got off while doing so. Happy Christmas. Israel has dozens of 30-plus month sub accounts to subtly control the narrative, of course. Israel sent a couple of agents in there to subscribe to Hassan for 3 years, you know? Calling someone a stalker is dehumanizing language. These are not serious people. I truly wonder how they get by in life with such ridiculous viewpoints. They don't. They are utter failures in life. They're just hoping that Hassan, their god, is going to save them one day. I'll give him all my money.
I'll give him all my money. And using like Peep the Frog. I had a theory about that. I didn't think there were many white people who used Peep the Frog. So I remember like it was really big on 4chan. Again, we've all been psyopsed. Just all been psyopsed. Well, it probably was like that actually, because there was a picture that showed like the internet. It was like India's internet traffic from like over 2014, like and 2000 now, like 20. It just went up so much. And that's when I think the internet really just got really shit quick. It's just when they've all come on and just like they're fucked. They don't know how to act. A lot of them, it's like their first time they ever see a white person or ever like interact with a white person. They just don't know. They just get angry. I think they just don't know how to interact with like people like us. Their first instinct is just to like get angry, just dislike anything that we do. Yeah, hello, Neon. I'm a pretty woman. No, 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 no. I don't like this man. Fuck this man. It's like that. Okay. So all the parts are now there. So yeah, these are all the this is all the shit I can't do then. Fine, I'll just have to ignore it. This is what I call Woolies and poo. We're gonna have to start adding on to the main part now. How exciting, dude. Oh, Willies and Boo.
I have to work a day in my life, and all the rich people will just give me their
Money! Take the wealth. Split it.
and push it somewhere else. Genius! You'll rape what you sow. I'm surprised Hassan sided with Clav instead of the stalkers. He should have known his own audience that it's always the oppressed that are victims. Hassan's right about one thing lately.
I'm furiously masturbating.
Stupid streamer shocked at his stupid audience.
Oh, of course he goes on Reddit. It's probably his mecca there. I already had a theory about that. I'm not allowed to say it 'cause I'll get sent to prison. Okay, so... Right. C3? Wow. Wow. Okay. I didn't take all the piece off. Wow. Of the year. I love porn. Right. So that's just going straight on. Where did that go? Yeah. Don't want her to really get a whiff like that. Sorry? Where does that go? Okay. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Alright. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Just gotta...
The reason Hassan sided with Clav here is because this is one thing he's legitimately afraid of, and he sort of experiences as well of like, oh, you know, what if these people are coming after me? What if these stalkers are coming after me? Even though, you know, one guy approached him with a dog shocking meme and he thought it was like a threat on his life, so he's like a paranoid schizophrenic in that area, so yeah. You aren't being rage baited, dumbass. That's what your audience actually is like. Right, so then Hassan calls Clavicular a clown, and I mean, that's completely
Clown!
absolutely regarded if you've seen any of his content, but the call is obviously coming from inside the house here. Hassan thinks Clavicular is a clown and not attractive.
A known drug addict that hurls racial slurs and stated that he wanted to kill an entire group of people, ran someone over, then said hopefully he is dead. The guy's not even going to get a charge. He will continue telling kids how doing drugs helps him and makes society worse, while they cheer him on because he's attractive and white. I mean, I don't even think he's attractive. But
I love that. He is obviously an attractive white male, and like, you have to see Hassan's got to like, he has to downplay it, because it's like people who are like attractive white males are his like that's like his the one thing he's got to take down, because he knows that those are the people who are gonna like they're his worst enemy. He's gonna fear anyone who could potentially be a threat to him, so he's not gonna like give him any props. I mean, this is why we have like fucking people like Hassan who are famous, because it's, to be honest with you, if like we'd gone back to just like letting white people decide who's famous, and then the people of color just have to like live with it, otherwise they just don't have anyone famous, or they make their own famous people up. It would just fucking be like, again, it go back to just probably like good-looking women, like white men and white women, strictly. But at the moment it's not, because we're like letting like basically like a bunch of black and Indian people like vote. They're all like, no, we don't want to have like attractive people. And that's what I mean, like, because like people like Hassan, they're all like intimidated by people like Clavicular. And all of Hassan's fans will be as well, because they're like, he's straight and he's white. Oh no, he might breed. You need to stop that. You gotta like think about it like from their perspective. Gee. Oh, what's this one? Rain for the other one. Because I did see Clavicular, and I was like, oh no, maybe I was wrong then, because there is like a famous person who's like good looking. Hearing all the smearing they're giving him, I'm like, oh, this is the problem though, because they're saying he's a drug addict, but they would say that about me, because I smoke weed and I drink alcohol. They'd be like, oh, he's a fucking alcoholic, and he's like, abuses drugs, because this is the sort of shitty smear tactics that brown people just have to play, because they can't use anything of any integrity. Just got to try and like ruin their character, poison the old wells. Is what they do. The brown people love to use like the tricks of the book, like poisoning and murder and like sabotage, just like deceit, just all the like the really low tier stuff. I'm sorry, Hassan, that you had a really bad life. You know, I'm sorry you're not happy. I'm sorry, bro. #sorry.
you know, but yes, that is the case. That is the case right now. That's how the world works right now. Pachinsik, he's a fucking looks maxer. What the f were you thinking? And then, you know, the girl actually leaked all these fucking text messages, and god damn it, I'm giving you so much fucking lore that I should have known. I'm 34 fucking years old. Oh my god, I'm far too.
I'm actually the same age as Hassan, that's the other funny thing. So that's why it's like when people say like how old he is, I'm like, these are all comments that I would get. I guess the only difference is just like, I have kids and a job. But he's rich, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But who cares, bro? Got this nice tub of sweets. That was like a Magnum. You know when you watch the Magnums up there, those have like crunch sound. That sounds just wow. That's sexy. Like, we probably have to get a really hot woman. It's probably actually a really fat woman who did it. But always dub it over like a hot woman. Right.
Far too employed for this. And so are you. But basically, that's what happened. Cookie King, who is Turkish, he looks back, he's friends with Clavicular. I don't even know if he's still friends with Clavicular. Was in a relationship with someone, I think, and basically the girl that he was in a relationship with outed him for being misogynistic and racist in private correspondence after she felt betrayed by him. And these guys are bringing that up as a meme. It's no different. They don't give a shit about racism or anything like that. It's no different than someone randomly coming up to me and being like, oh, free Kaya. Like, it's just the same shit. People just do this kind of stuff because they want to gain fucking clout. They want to be solidified in the Hall of Greats with memes because there are a bunch of dumb who will be like, oh, this was so base, like Asmongold.
Yep, I was waiting for that. This rant was going on too long without bringing up one of his ops, right? And there we have it, just like clockwork. The lover he can never stay away from.
He always is his favorite. All Indians love him. Asmongold is like the G King. He's just loved in the G King. I just played Willies and Pooh. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I can live with that. Cause there won't be stick in Africa this Christmas time. Can you see how it's getting built? You're saying our input's not very good. Well, I'm sorry it's not ISO speed, but you see these paints? I'm going to use something here called orange. What am I going to do with this orange? I'm going to paint the light. You're thinking, well, that's insane. Why would you do that? Dude. It's hardcore mode. That's not good, is it? That is... Oh, that is... Quote Brasslight, that was the last thing we wanted it to ever happen. That was the last thing anyone wanted to happen.
Asmongold right at the end there. What's the relevance? Literally nothing. And of course he has to relate Clavicular to him shocking his dog. What is the relevance? Absolutely nothing, once again, obviously. Anytime, like, he's talking about any situation, he tries to make it about himself, right? The Omega narcissist here tries to convert everything in the terms of his situation and tries to exonerate himself when The situations are not related. Clavicular is an omega regard. We all know this. But you also shocked your dog, okay? It's not mutually exclusive. By the way, he goes like, oh yeah, clavicular is not attractive at all. So, are you afraid of losing your, like, Gooner fan base or something like that, Hassan? Because, I don't know, man, like, you seem to want to desperately hold on to whatever's left there. What happened? Are the TikTok thirst traps running out of grandmas thirsting after you? You need another Kayla Lorenz in the mix? And, dude, there's just no way this guy went, I'm far too employed for this. Buddy, what has been the last 5 years of your life? You stream all day, every day to complete morons. You're basically unemployed. Okay, I'm sorry. I know this is a career and stuff, but please, buddy, just get over yourself. You're not one of them or whatever. Yup, I knew it. I'm far too employed for this as a guy in his...
What? I mean, look who's talking, dude. I know he'll say like, I know your country better than you. I love Cam. 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 Okay. That just might make it easier to paint. That's my theory. Right. Oops.
Mid-30s streaming on Christmas Day instead of spending it with family. Why is the first thing he talks about if a guy is good looking or not? How's that relevant to the situation? Is he that lonely on Christmas? Well, of course, he doesn't like competition. He knows exactly well that without that medication, his hair is toasted. Somehow I managed to bring Asmongold into it. Prioritizing cloud over family dinner again. Moving on to SA Superstar. Nina Lynn, the girl who SA'd 2 guys on screen.
Okay.
Now, last time we checked on her, apparently she got permabanned or indefinitely banned, and we obviously correctly predicted that it was bullshit, right? No, obviously, Twitch is not going to be banning an e-girl, right? So she's back, unbanned. Nina Lynn unbanned on Twitch. Nina Daddy is back. Setting up Asmon for easy content, of course, pretends to be shocked. Dan Clancy, Twitch thought bias in play. Nina taunts those who thought that she was permabanned. We always back laughing. Twitter finger is gonna go crazy now. I had to frame this. Nina has been firmly banned on Twitch. I love this so much. See you on Twitch 2:30. Right, so Asmongold responded.
Oh no! Bro, my editors are on it immediately! New clip of Nina shit talking you on LSF.
That's true! He's 40? Oh my god!
That's right.
Why he looks...
Is he actually 40? Oh. No, he's not. He's not 40. He's like my age.
Hold on, why?
Because I'm bald.
Yo, bro.
You're gonna get banned again, too. You're gonna get banned again. It's gonna happen again.
Maybe within this clip too.
And I will be there.
You got it. I'm so scared of you. Bro, you and your little minions got it. Hey, anytime I see one of your minions, bro, I'm just gonna be like, hey.
Yep.
That's who you fucking with.
What's wrong with the what's wrong with the cat ears? That's probably the only good picture of me there is. Is showing that she indeed paid for all the items. Is that true?
Oh, yes. What does that say? 2 butters, 2 beefs. What can I say?
I love how there's like a 2-minute compilation of her stealing shit. She shows one receipt and everybody's like, oh, okay.
So let me get this straight. She showed the receipt to try and prove her innocence, when the same receipt proves she stole a pair of boots.
Look, I got me some Target, too. Guess how much I paid? $3.99.
I could not write this up. She just confirmed to everyone she stole the boots. That was from the same stream.
Oh my god, bro. What an idiot. What an absolute moron. So first,
I mean, look how happy he is. He's so happy to be like... He's so happy. Oh my god. It's his favourite thing he can do. Anyone who's like white does something bad, he's so happy. He can like jump on that. It's basically like what it... Oh my god. Okay, this is basically what it is, like just being white. You have to like learn very quickly that everyone just wants to try and take you down. So they'll be judged like super harsh against all of these guys. These guys don't have the same rules. but they know that they can make money just by like taking you out, and that's the sort of that's the game that's been made. So you got this guy here, and he just lives off like off of like the failures of others in their name of entertainment. That's the game. It's just not very like pragmatic, is it? Alright, let's see. So that goes like that. Very exciting. I'm going to cut some of the magic string. We all love the magic string. Like, what's that? I'll show you. But first, something a little bit more interesting.
Admits she stole, right? She does all of this on camera, then tries to pull a 1 million IQ move going, it was actually a troll, I didn't actually steal, but then actually gets caught stealing anyways. You're such a brain-dead reject, by the way. Also only shows one instance when there are like multiple instances of stealing, obviously. There's no doubt in my mind she definitely stole something. Also, nice job addressing the more serious allegations first. Obviously stealing, more priority.
Why don't you play with my huge ass? Hello, huge ass. Yeah, she's a fuckwit. I know that, but I'm not gonna like pretend that she's not a fuckwit. She's just some fucking. I don't know what the game is. But I think she's just seems to be some kind of like there is some weird agenda going on, isn't there? It's just like some strange agenda to like piss people off. Because I can't understand like what her reasoning is that she was unbanned. But it must have just been because like yeah, Dan Clancy was just okay. Got it. All right, so that's like 4 centimeters of tiny little rope. Can't even see it. I'm gonna take this. We're gonna add it to this. There you go. And then where does that go? How interesting. Okay, so is where it's gonna get really, really tough. That's weird. Why is that going so? Okay. Right, I guess while I'm here I can try and do some more. So... what was it? E... yeah, where did those go again? Okay. I'm gonna be sick. I like Beavis and Butthead. Oh god, I can't do it. Why is this so awkward? That's not really good enough. You don't know. Oh, this is fucked. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. And I'll never, never, never. Yeah. Oof. That's tough shit. That's really like quite pedantic. That white shit's gonna really bug me. I think I know what I've got to do. Right, let me do this. Paint. I'm just gonna need loads of layers. Nice. Okay, let's let it dry. So what else I got? Yeah, that's gonna go on next. So that's gonna be fun. And that, there's a new piece. What new piece?
Essaying to a guy live on stream. By the way, that one you can't really argue. Like when we saw it, you did it. Even the victims felt that they were violated and stuff like that, and then you went and said, "Oh, men should feel ashamed for getting essayed or whatever." Like you're a disgusting, vile, despicable person.
It's a Homelander meme, baby.
And honestly, if I was in charge, I would throw you in prison and throw the
SpongeBob, baby.
to a volcano.
Goes and gets unbanned on Twitch. This is after you go and assault somebody on stream.
So why is he so angry? Why is more Pegasus so angry? That's what I need to know. You may never, never, never find
Asmongold's like a savior. He's like loves him. Anytime he needs like any backup, he just like looks at Asmongold. He won't look at me. He'll look at Asmongold. He knows I hate him. Rightfully so. Asmongold's like a. He's like he has to love everyone, otherwise he won't be able to get his like roach money. Because if he like says I hate Indians, he'll lose like 80% of his audience. That's why he's always really quiet about it. He knows. Ooh.
Multiple times. You have multiple clips of you stealing, causing problems in public, and this is the crazy thing. So, 2 people got banned for stealing. Rakai got banned, and Nina got banned. Rakai is still banned. Nina got unbanned.
Just for context, this specimen was actually permanently banned. Someone at Twitch went out of their way to unban them.
And so if you look at this right here, it says this channel is temporarily unavailable due to a violation. And then Nina, it says this channel is currently unavailable. Her ban could technically still be reversed, but it requires a specific action on Twitch's part. Well, what this means is that if Twitch ever unbans her, they are okay with sexual assault on their stream.
I mean, there was zero doubt. You think Gooning Lord Dan Clancy
Gooning Lord.
about essay? It's literally just more gooning material for him, as long as it's a woman streamer. And even that's kind of debatable, honestly. But, you know, you basically get a free pass on Twitch. It is disgusting. Twitch has now completely admitted, that they are aware of the situation, and they greenlit essay. It is 100% confirmed now.
Yeah.
Twitch needs to be shut down. There is no compromise. There is no going after,
All streaming needs to be shut down. There's all for blacks and Indians. If we need this more Pegasus to stop. We actually need more Pegasus to stop. We want more Pegasus to like be more like he can be happy with his own. All of this is just like a waste of time for him. He can hang out with people like himself. He doesn't want to though. He wants to hang out with Asmongold. He wants to hang out with Asmongold. That'd be his dream. If he could have any dream, he would be like to go to Asmongold's house for a day. He'd be like, "Hi Asmongold, do you want to hear my SpongeBob impressions?" That's how it'd go. He'd be like, no, thank you. Oh my God, you're so clean. He'd be like, oh, thank you. How do you keep so clean? He's like, well, I usually only shower like once a month. Or I only stream like when people keep saying I'm so stinky, so I'll like do like a performative shower. That's so good. That's more than I do. I don't even have hot water, huh? Thanks for liking me. So many people don't like me. If he doesn't like you, he would never hang out with you. He only likes you because you give him money. So you're being used as well, Cupcake. You think like you're some big player because you get to learn how his roach language works, but he doesn't give a fuck about you. I've been played.
Nina being unfamous, classic Twitch behavior. Twitch doesn't care when a crime is committed if the victim is a male, true. Never seen anyone so genuinely and self insufferable, holy effing shit. Shit, I gotta listen to that dude's voice again. The black accent coming out of an Asian is killing me, bro. He tries so hard, it's actually nuts. This is how that dude sounds. Voices like nails on a chalkboard, being played through a megaphone, being played through an intercom. Right, so the situation got so bad, even Moist Critical came.
Even Moist. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at this. Yeah, they're blacks and Indians. Blacks and Indians and Muslims. They love it. Anyone anti-white.
Content very loosey-goosey there because all she does is go on stream and whine about her haters and how much she doesn't care and actually loves her haters. Stay mad, f your mom. Then she'll go out in public with fake bravado and pretending to be all tough. But maybe they're very excited to shower with money because they're hoping they'll be her next sexual assault victim. Maybe that's what they're sitting their fingers crossed with as they throw dollars out of their wallet at her. A pretty awesome message to be sending to the community where sexual assault savant Nina Lynn is welcomed back with open arms from Twitch itself, even after unapologetically broadcasting it and then turning this sexual assault event into a joke on her stream, as if it's not a big deal and doesn't.
Yeah, it's really fucked.
You've really outdone yourself here, Twitch.
I love calm.
CEO Daniel here. Great.
Daniel here.
Things Moist, big fan. I hear you're upset with my decision to unban SA superstar Nina Lynn. Well, you see, funny story. There I was, going through my...
Dude, I'm like jerking off like so much.
Gooning photo another day of the job, and I needed new material. You see, Hassan's
Shalong.
He's getting quite old, you see. I need new, young, fresh blood in the house. Luckily for me, Twitch has an unlimited supply of e-girls. And Nina's voice really gets me going.
This is so fucked. It's like you so many SpongeBob memes. Like just personify like, this guy jerking off. It's really fucked. And we're not allowed to talk about it for some reason. Because I'll be called like racist. Professor Wignall will be like, oh yes, this is racist. He's just expressing himself. I'm like, no, he can't be. As I picture a SpongeBob when he's using it to show jerking off. He's like, yeah, and? No. Damn. Oh, this is fucked. This is really not good. Let's think. Okay. Something's fallen off the others. It wasn't that. Okay. Okay. Come on, you little bastard. No.
Is what I need in the bedroom. I hope you understand, Penguin Man.
Penguin Man.
Out. Okay, Daniel, we need to have a talk. I mean, what the fuck did you just... honestly, I know just the woman for you. You need to stop thirsting after these e-girls or whatever, barely girls at this point, honestly. Taylor Lorenz, you would both get along great. I mean, you both...
What? I don't think Taylor Lorenz, Dan Dancy's going to be interested in her. Dan Dancy's rich.
both love Hassan. You both love gooning to Hassan. You have that shared passion and interest.
More SpongeBob.
Get together. You're both like 61 or something. It would be great.
Both
Great couple.
like 61.
Leave everybody else alone, DJ Dan Holy.
With over 37,000 hotels at your fingertips, the power of Love Holidays is just one click away.
Also, stop possessing me. I swear to God, I feel...
Why is he using a black guy?
Me right now. Right, so then Charlie talks about Twitch's inconsistent enforcement.
It's actually unbelievable. There is no clear consistency.
Look how angry he is.
Enforces their rules. So you can commit serious crimes like sexual assault on Twitch, but if you're popular enough, that's okay. They'll let that slide after a couple weeks of vacation, which Yeah, I'm sure Nina Lynn really learned her lesson, and it definitely sounds like she did on her return stream, that's for sure.
Even after this whole ban, listen, bro!
Look at her. She looks fucked.
Ain't no better marketing team than the haters, I'll tell you that right now. Guys, I'm not even joking when I tell you this. Bro, I love it. I love it, bro. I love the support, the hate, the everything, bro. We love all that shit. We love all that shit. Give it to me, bitch. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Girl Wonder. The Girl Wonder with the 10. I saw you earlier. You was giving out fines and shit too. Shout out to the Girl Wonder, man.
And she really has the voice of an angel and the mouth of a sailor. What an incredible combination. And she is as loud as a child on Xbox Live. The perfect recipe for incredible success. So much financial gain, even after blatantly sexually assaulting someone. Yes, sir, that's sexual assault superstar Nina Lynn back in action. Hide your cheeks, because she's coming for him without consent. It's incredible stuff, Twitch. You've really outdone yourself here. What a strong message you're sending.
Yeah, I mean, the message is, come one, come all, especially if you're an equal.
I'm gonna come. Just push shit up. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. What's this? D10. What? Let's have a look at the box. Okay, yeah. Is that the one? Which one is this? Oh, Lowrider. Yeah, it's just the top part. Okay. I watch porn.
Girl, you basically have complete immunity from the law here on this website. Twitch is a platform that protects deviants and predators and thieves and reckless drivers, and I could go on and on and on. Basically everything under the sun is basically a very accurate reflection of the state of streaming right now, right? And I'm basically preying on their downfall. I have been for literal years now. And I don't know, man, maybe it's episode 300, maybe 400. I can't really promise anything. Despite being the future predictor, Twitch is like a fucking slimy virus that never goes away.
A slimy virus.
Guys, but we can all pray. We can all hope. Maybe if we all wish something for the next year's holidays, Twitch goes down. Maybe along with Hassan as well. DJ Dan arrested.
When watching her return stream is a lot of people in her chat were very upset she was wearing a mask. So there are some people that were spamming take the mask off, some of them caps locking, mask off, that kind of thing. There was even one guy multiple times begging, please take the mask off, and then pleading to mods, make her take the mask off, which is so incredibly sad. It's like they're just desperate to goon to her or something, that's why they're there. So like when she had the mask on, they were shaking their fists, no, take the mask off! What fucking losers, holy shit. Very sad shit. Twitch should be ashamed of themselves. That's really about it. So yeah.
Okay, who are these degenerates who want her to take her mask off?
Yeah.
Keep that shit
It's Indians and black people. I told you. This is like, I keep seeing it. I keep getting like people coming into my stream. And I'm not even joking, but there's so many people where it's just, if there's no sexual component to it, they're not going to watch it. They're not going to care. They just want to like sit. They've already just sat in like Africa and they're just like got a phone and they go on stream and they're probably just masturbating like 10 times a day. That's all they've got to do. And we're just like letting these people become famous because just a bunch of like black and African people like subscribe to them. Apparently you're racist if you say anything. Apparently it's Brat Hot Girl Summer if you say anything. I don't know if I meant to take that off. I think I should. Ah, just took an injury. I think I got lucky this time. I got lucky this time.
In fact, super glowing to your face. She actually looks better with that shit on, so I don't have to see her despicable mug, right? And honestly, if you're in a Nina Lynn stream and you're spamming W, I'm sorry, the maggots have already laid their eggs in your brain. You're cooked. You're fucking cooked. I don't know what kind of lobotomites are watching this content. I'm hoping they're 3 years old, but then...
And also Indians love trans people as well. There's like a thing we're not to talk about, but like Indians are getting obsessed with like trans people. And I think they like are trying to convert men as turning into like trans people so they can just masturbate to them. That's the psyops. We're not talking about like... Oops. Matt Black. Okay. Getting somewhere.
How are they finding the W key to type? I don't know. I'm hoping they're bots, but there seem to be legitimate people who enjoy this person. And for the life of me, I cannot possibly guess who is watching. Are these males? Are these females? Are these employed? Unemployed? I don't know what demographic this is. There's no way adults are watching this. Like, I refuse to believe there's a 9-to-5 worker who comes home after a long day of work and then goes, let me turn on a Nina Lynn stream. Let me lobotomize myself.
Who's doing this with this guy? I'm doing it ironically. I know he'll say like I'm not, but I am. But Indians, is this what I'm saying? Is this what's really funny? It's like Indians are just criticizing Africans, I guess. Because it's probably not even kidding. It will be like people who are probably Indian, because most people who are like using like OF are Indians and black people. Because like white people can fuck white women. That's the psyops. I'm sorry, like you think that must not true, but it is. Like, white women prefer white men the most. I'm sorry if you don't like that statistic. It's just true. But like, if you're just like an average-looking Indian guy, you're probably never ever gonna get laid by like an attractive white woman or an average white woman. You'll have to like deal with like either like some really fat white woman. Like a sort of single mom. Or just some like, really hideous, like, looking woman. They don't even want to like date like their own. They try and go to like, because they get like, we watch too much hentai and porn, and they're just like obsessed with like white women or like a hentai. And they just have to like watch lolly porn and just like play these stupid gotcha games, which have all these like stupid like suspiciously young characters in them. I always hate them. It's like, I'm a bloke, I completely understand what's going on. A gaslight you, like, no, I just think it's like, why do you even think it's cute? It's just weird. Why do you, if you're playing a violent game, is there like little girls in it? It's weird. so weird. I'm like, oh, they're gods. Whatever, mate.
Was a thing that said that you are like, good evening, lady.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one. I can already feel it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was talking into this sort of like tub of sweets my mum gave me. The worst thing is the lollies. I can't be bothered to sit there and like suck it like a freak, suck it like a dong. So I just eat it I just chew it, break it. It's barbaric. But who's got time for that, mate? You might have to be a right sucker yourself. Well. This sounds really good. Everyone's gonna love the soundtrack. Right. It's called judging. Insane! Ah, am I the arsehole? Part 2. 4 months ago, so not like ages. Like, so she can't like say I was different frame of mind back then.
These gentlemen and those in between, I am back, and so is the fringe and the tan, so I look like slightly less anemic. Today we're going to be having a look at Am I the Arsehole? Now, that wasn't me asking you guys, because I probably know the answer. It's basically a forum on Reddit, of all lovely places, where people send in their situations, and they're asking, hey, am I the one in the wrong? And, I mean, instinctively I like to say, if you have to go to Reddit to ask a question like...
I mean, is it even... I don't want to like dog her, but it doesn't sound like that great views. It's 65k in 4 months. It's not massive. I don't want to like downplay her apparent success, but I don't know. I feel like even like Nicholas Dioro, who gets like more than that, he's got like less views than he.
Just tell yourself that you are the arsehole. Save yourself some hassle having to go on Reddit and exposing yourself to the absolute tomfoolery that's over there. But today I thought we would be a good Samaritan and we would go through and answer, are you the arsehole or are you not the arsehole? And I'm feeling harsh today, so I'm gonna be realistic. Okay? Let's stop rambling on, because God, frankly,
Brat Hot Girl Summer.
no one gives it. And let's start the video, I guess. Oh, I also wanted to start off by saying, little side note, no one really cares. But if I truly did not do social media, I would never say the word Reddit in my life. I wouldn't go on Reddit. I make it my life's mission to stay away from Reddit because it makes me feel sick. But
that's interesting. That's actually something we both agree on. Reddit is the worst place in the world. it's been invaded by basically like Indians, and the Indians just they just get really offended as if you like ever disagree with them. So if you do, they'll just become mods and they block you. Because they've got no life, they'll spend their life becoming like the mod of some shitty like small little subreddit, and they'll use that like tiny amount of power that they get to just act whatever they can, and it's always become like the most power hungry fuckers ever. They just end up just becoming like these like mini Führers. What's going on there? Yeah.
For you guys, because you like the last one, I'll do anything. Okay, because I'm desperate for AdSense. Let's go. Am I the arsehole for not just laughing off a customer's sexist remark? You can tell I haven't recorded in a while. For context, I'm a woman and a window cleaner by trade, and I've been for years. I obviously am required to lift heavy things, which I can do with no issue. I'm up a very tall ladder doing window cleaning. Resident of apartment building at the bottom of the ladder watches. Him. What accent shall we do? Oh wow, did your boss get a payout from the government for hiring you?
What the fuck is that?
Or is that offensive? Okay, we'll just stick to British. Me, still up the ladder, legitimately looking down on him. What for? Him, oh you know, there's all kinds of grants out there. Me, what do you mean? Him, yeah, you know how they pay sometimes for women to be hired for stuff like this? Like what? Him, you know, a man's job, stuff like this, ladders, manual labour. Everyone knows that ladders is a man's job. Ladders, you know. Oh, what do you do for job? You know, ladder. I just ladder, you know, man stuff like ladders and hammers.
So Katie basically hates the idea that in society we basically have to go back to agreeing that there's some roles that are better suited for men and women. She won't ever bend the knee to that, because I told you, like, she's one of the she's going to be a test subject. She's fallen for the game. She's been used as like a political tool by like people I'm not allowed to talk about. And she'll be used as a case study in like 2030. Ironically, it will be with her favorite subject as well. It'll be under psychology. But you know what would be interesting about it is it will only be straight white men that will be in it, because that'll be the only people who'll be allowed to go to college. And it will stop this whole like bro culture. Because that's basically what's just happening. It's just when you introduce women to anything, everything just becomes like sexualized, and it just becomes like, oh, women are just, when you introduce women to things, every man's now just going to be like thinking, oh, do I want to have sex with this woman or not? Or it creates this like unneeded sexual tension, which just gets in the way of work. It's all stuff that, yeah, if you want to be really honest about it, like my grandparents didn't have to worry about that. Why did my grandparents like get to go through all that, and they didn't have to worry about like women being in the work and doing all this stuff, and they all had fine, they all worked fine, it was all good. It's just surprising. Crazy bro theme, right? What are we on time-wise? 3 hours. Okay. Well, I don't want to go too far, so I'll probably just construct like a bit of this wheel. To be honest, it's not that much. I really don't. There's really not that much. Oh, I spoke too soon. There's quite a lot. There's a pocket bike as well. I'm gonna build. Yeah, that's fine. There's quite a lot to do. I'm gonna be sick all over the game, mate. What? It doesn't actually. What? Is there two then? Some of these instructions are so bad. Like for here, for example, it doesn't even like actually specify like where they are. You just have to assume. It's so bad.
And all that manly ladder stuff. Finally catching on and planning the only reason I might be hired is if my boss was offered an incentive, might be a tad offensive. Oh yeah, I didn't mean anything by it, mate. My mate works in, and he got a grant to hire.
Yeah. Kay just wants like all the firefighters to be women. She wants like all the women to work in the army. But they don't. We've opened it up. We've been like, women, do you want to come work in the army? And they're like, no, thank you. They just want to do all the cushy jobs. They want to do all the brat hot girl summer jobs. Which ironically is just air conditioned stuff. So was it D13? Oh, there's like I think there's another piece missing. Insane. I think there's another piece missing. Oh well. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. This is what I gotta do with, man.
A woman labourer. All power to you, though.
Remember, the woman was like, don't worry, I checked every single piece. It's like, bullshit. I'm gonna let her off because it only cost me £4, so whatever. But still, just don't get angry when I like challenge you. It's just basically my life as a straight white male. It's just like, yeah, you get like you just get challenged on a thing. Even if you're right, they'll challenge you. And that's why I just started getting used to it. You just start watching Larry David, and I just respect the balls he's got. Just tell people they're fucked. Just go up to people and say, "You're fucked, man." Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like all of Chud's logics, like stream was just like Indians and black people, because they bullied me because I was white. He was like, "That's it. I'm blocking you, you little white prick. I'm gonna be the king of the Indians here." And I said, "No, don't." And then he blocked me. It is true. It's like all these characters are just fucking like, I call them Indian bait shows or black bait shows. Oh, like someone like Chud Logic, I can imagine like some executives being, yes, exactly what we need. Fat, looks like any assistant manager on any Tesco's Express. Brilliant. He's just giving that like that kind of like loser look. We want that to push that. So all foreign people just think all white men are just fucking losers, man. All fucking freaks. That's what they want.
Silent, rightly so. But you're doing a good job. I don't mean anything by it. Oh, you were complimenting me? Him? Yeah. Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're welcome, mate. No worries. So what's the question? Am I the asshole for not laughing off a customer's sexist remark? No, I mean, obviously, I think we all know my answer. That was the most brain-dead conversation. Not on her end, but on his end. I mean, first of all, I'm surprised that's a thing that comes
Brat Hot Girl Summer.
just to hire women. Surely if a woman...
You are kidding me. This is what I hate. It's like, she has no idea how privileged she is. She just has no clue. It's like, all of these men, the best men of Europe, died to give Katie the best life ever. She's got absolutely the best ever opportunities as a female. She can do anything she likes, anything she wants. She doesn't want to have a family. She doesn't want to have like kids. She doesn't want to like bend the knee to like a man. She just wants to like go online, have loads of like toys. Look, she's only like 23 or something, 22, and she's like covered in tats. She's just ruined herself over uni. Yeah, she probably does have loads of cash, but she just will realize that's she's just used up the best years of her life to get it. And I get it, like, it's just that even if like, I don't want to sound mean, but her job could just dry up so easily. And I just don't know what's she gonna do, because it's not like her like particular industry could just get ruined, because it's gonna be the content market's gonna get really bad. I know like she might say she's got fans and stuff, but look, YouTube could just switch it all off, because they might just say fuck it, we're just not doing this anymore. We're not gonna pay people anymore. We're just like fed up with it. And what's she gonna do? She's not gonna be able to like become like a content consultant or something, because those jobs just won't exist anymore. She'll just have to like try and go back to doing her like jobs working in wherever she were, like Woolworths or WH Smith or something like that, or do OF, because that's just what you do if you're like a content creator woman and you fail off and you just think like, I'm not going to get another job now because I've had a taste of the sweet life, and I just can't go back to doing like a job where I'm only going to get paid like 40 grand a year. When you're making that at like, probably like making that much like on your best, like a month or something. And that's why I think it's always a curse to get loads of money when you're young. That's always been the proven thing. So someone like Kay is probably just, it's not actually that good for her to have it. And I think that's why they do encourage people like her to become famous as well, because they don't want me to have loads of money. Because I'll go off and I'll get like a really hot girlfriend, and she'll be white, and we'll have like really good genetic kids who will grow up to be strong and smart. I don't want that. I don't want... Oh shit, that was really dangerous. Well, I'm glad that didn't go as bad as it could have. They don't want that. But they want someone like Katie to get loads of money, because certain people know that if you give women money, it just breaks them, ultimately. And they're like 80% of consumers, so it's like 8 women as well. So they know, like, if I'm a man, I'll probably just hide the money or store it up. That's why, like, they include loads of clauses to get white men to go to court. So you get like black women, trans people, immigrants, anything you can, because they're just wanting that. All they need you to do is just say like anything racist or say any, and then they can do you. There's no free speech. If I said generally like what I probably really thought about the situation, I would get probably sent to prison. Probably go to prison for life.
You just get paid regardless, you just get hired to do the job, right? I don't know why gender has to come into it anyway.
Because it does, because there's so many factors for it. Like, I, as a man, I just work much quicker than women. I told you, like, when I worked my corporate job, I did as many cases a month as all the other women combined. And they would gaslight me and tell me that their cases was... And they weren't. I'm not dumb. I knew they weren't. Plus, women are more likely to go off ill. They're more likely to go off during their periods. They can get pregnant. There's just so many liabilities they have. And then it's just all, not even kidding, like all the fucking sexual harassment shit. And it's just such a liability. The companies just got to be like... And then you got like, oh, now you got to like have an equal number of women in like the high positions. It's just making everything really shit. All they do is just add red tape to everything. It's like bullshit. It's just not really... It just, companies were better when it was just a bunch of men. Sorry, I'm not going to lie to you. Just sat around being misogynistic and racist, but nothing actually happened. They just sat around and did that. Kay doesn't want that. Okay, so where does that light go? So it goes on that. I think, yeah. I think we did. We bent the whole thing. Oh, you little shit. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding. I love Rob. Why? Why is this like so taboo? Okay. That shit over. It's actually mad how far I've gone. What it looked like this morning.
People say, well, it's good, you know, that they do hire women, but that should just be a choice to do if the woman, fills
You know.
requirements, it shouldn't
You
be
know.
like, oh, she fills the job requirements, but we'd rather
You know.
hire men, so pay us and then we'll hire a woman. That's just stupid.
You know.
Would you say that? You know what I mean? Like, if you're actually dumb enough just to think that that's, worth talking about
You know.
in the first place, that's a little bit strange. But to also bring that up to a woman, doing that, is also a little bit strange. I personally wouldn't laugh that off. I wouldn't have even thought there was an opportunity to laugh that off. I wouldn't say it was like a funny joke.
See, look how angry they get. Women are so angry.
It's meant to be a joke. So no, I would say you actually answered it a pretty good way. I think it's always good with these people who make remarks like that to almost do what you've done and ask questions where it's like, sorry, can you... can you explain? And then they have to self-reflect, and then that's why he ended up talking himself into oblivion, because it's like, oh yeah, I actually do sound like a bit of a, because that is a cunty thing to do, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
why does she like censor? What word does she censor? But then she didn't censor cunty.
Am I?
See what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. For some reason, she was like, she censored some word, and then she didn't censor the C word, which I think is usually renowned as being the worst word you can say. But Brat Hot Girl Summer, so I need to get White Spirit. It sounds really like you always sound like as white people, you've been indoctrinated. Like, if you buy anything like White Spirit or something, you always feel like you're going to be like probed. But I generally need it just to wash my like paintbrushes.
For telling my friend that their life advice is useless because they've never struggled. Okay. So I'm 22, female.
Oh, I mean, I did do that, actually. I did kind of just like jettison a lot of my friends, just because I did feel like that. I went to school with a lot of like really like middle class and higher like rich people. So it's just like a lot of me when I was growing up, like I just didn't get like the sort of financial help that they got. So I did kind of feel like there was a lot of like, yeah, I think it created, I think resentment with my parents. But then it's taken me a while to sort of reprogram that, because I realized it's not really fair, because I couldn't really judge my dad on like what my other friends have done. So it's like because instead of comparing my dad against like the bottom 90%, probably like 95% of their parents in terms of economics, I'm comparing them against like the top 5%. It's just that's what I mean. It's like when you're a kid and you've got friends who are rich, it's just like easy to kind of like feel resentment towards them. But it's like in the grand scheme of it, when you actually like think about actually what they did for you and where you grew up and things, you gotta be really thankful for that. So that's why I think growing up, I've got like no heart. I have no heart. I'm not like Pat Contry, who's got some fucking list of like shit that his parents didn't do when he was like a kid. He like harbors them against his parents. And he's like doesn't like his mum for it. I'm not gonna do some shit like that, but you know what I mean. Probably not. Right, gotta put the battery in. Gotta put the battery in, but I don't know. Probably wanna wait until I can get it saved. Fine. What's the decor? I'm gonna have to paint that. Fine. Fine.
I'll have a friend, 23 female, who constantly gives me advice about how to stay positive, work harder, and manifest good energy. The thing is, she comes from a super privileged background. She never had to work. Her parents pay for everything and she's never really gone through anything difficult. No jobs, no debt, no health problems, nothing. I recently was venting about how stressed I am, juggling school work, family stuff. She gave me another one of her, you just need to shift your mindset speeches. I kind of snapped and told her that her advice is useless to people who actually struggle. Not everyone can just smile their way throughout burnouts and bills. She got really quiet and later texted me saying that I was mean and invalid.
Yeah, baby.
I feel bad, but I also feel like someone needed to say it. Okay. Well, the problem is there's two different narratives, because you obviously, the person asking the question is saying, am I the booty hole for saying, you know, she's never experienced any problems and she's trying to give me life advices, but her response is saying she has experienced problems, maybe she just doesn't tell you about them. So in that case, that would kind of suck. Like, imagine secretly behind closed doors she's like getting beat, or like she's got cancer, and then you're like, you've not got problems. I feel like it depends how close you are. I guess you'd like to think that she's telling you, but you just don't know. So in that scenario, probably does make you a bit of a butthole, I'm not going to lie. However, I have definitely had...
I don't think so, because like, that would come out in other ways. Because you meet like rich people. I empathize with the person. I'm going to give my critique, because I have dealt with people like that before. So I just had a bunch of like, I mean, one of my really close friends, like up until very recently. He was just like that. He was just someone who I don't think I ever saw him having a bad day ever. I think part of that was probably just down to he was a very intelligent bloke himself. I think he's like a professor or a doctor now. I know it doesn't really hold as much prestige as it used to, but it's still... Yeah, he just never had a bad... And you could tell he just never had to deal with money, and he had no problems with money and stuff. I think I just drifted out of touch with him. I think mostly probably just because, like, definitely now it'll be like political. It'll be political reasons, like, if anything. I think deep down I was probably always quite right wing. I think people didn't. Because like all of my like liberal friends now, I think all of them have got like international girlfriends, so they're just all gonna be like super left wing. Like, no, we should open all the borders up. And that's the problem. It's like if you have an internet, I can't imagine you're ever gonna have like. It's such a rare moment you ever have like an Asian girlfriend, and you're gonna be like super like Republican. You might be able to go with it. Someone can probably explain that situation. It's like that's why it's funny when you see like there's this woman, like Mexican woman called like Valentina Gomez, and I admire her chutzpah. I couldn't even lie and tell you, maybe I'm not even a little turned on by her videos. But what I'm trying to say is, it's just really funny because it's just like ultimately she will just have to like. I even like joke about her sometimes. I try and rip her. I'm just like, oh, thank you so much for your hard efforts. We'll remember you when you have to go back to. I think she's from like Venezuela or something, or Guatemala or something like that. I was like, Colombia or something. And there is just something like really funny about that, isn't there? You've got like someone who's like doing that, and you're like, it's like that meme of stonecutters where they're doing like the tug of war, and they go, huh? And they see, like, look who's, like, pulling behind them. And there's, like, people they wouldn't expect to be, like, their friends. And then they look at the enemies, and there's people they do expect to be their friends.
Situations where I've had friends who do have pretty easy lives and genuinely will say themselves, they've never had any issues. And then their advice does just piss you off. Like, just manifest, like, just, like, really, like, I don't know, like, just, like, really be positive, like, see the good in things, like, off. Everybody knows me, right? I'm a proper pessimist. I don't even care. Okay, I'm kind of working on it in certain scenarios. But is my camera wonky or am I just dumb? Yeah, in certain scenarios I can be.
I love Katie. She's just so down to earth. She like does all these digressions. She clearly like watches all of that footage, or her boyfriend or whoever, and they arbitrarily will decide which bits to keep in. She will know, like, oh yeah, this would definitely give me some cute points. Better keep this in. And she'll be annoyed because I know that, but that's okay. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so there's two pieces missing, which is. I mean, you're gonna find out. That's the problem. If you're gonna like put me to the middle, I'm gonna build it. You're gonna find out. I can't just like lie and be like, "Oh, it's definitely there." All I needed is a love I'll need. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. This is so small. Oh, I don't even. All I ever need. Only you don't. If I ever wake up like a story of love, and I need you. Listen to the word that I say. I've got to put 3 cables on that. It's all I'm not gonna stay. I need you. All I needed is to love you, babe. All I needed was to love you, say. All I ever needed, only you. Okay, I do this. If I'll ever need you again. Yeah, okay. Listen to the word that I say, it's true in my way. I need you. All I needed was my deck I need. Let's see what's going on next. That's hilarious. Is this Indian whiskey?
It is.
Indian whiskey. Dun, dun. Dee, 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 dee. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep Oh.
Majority of the time, I'm very like think the worst because then
Right.
you know your anxiety is
3.5.
just pound my with the people that say things like, you know, you just gotta shift your mindset, feel the vibes, like feel the aura. Like no, you fucking feel these vibes, if you know what I'm saying. So I personally get really agitated by that anyway. Like if I'm coming to you going, look, man, I'm going through it right now. I've got a lot going on, and you tell me just to like stop being negative. Like I'll show you negative. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I guess it really depends because you said no jobs, no debt, and no health problems. That's not like. Well, I'm trying to think of all the problems that I've got going on at the moment, and none of them are job related, debt related, or health related. And I would still like to say they're pretty, you know, taxing to my mental well-being.
Yeah, everyone is.
I think the problem is the advice that she's giving, but I don't think you can say to someone they've not struggled. I guess. I mean, because a lot of people say, I know
You
there's
are.
this Discord, right? Discord. Don't say that word. Discourse, you know, about whether like rich people, for example, can have bad mental health issues, and like I see a lot of online discussions about how people have zero sympathy for rich people if they're like feeling bad because they've got so much money, yada yada yada. I personally disagree with that.
Well, of course she does.
I actually don't.
Of course she does.
Can buy you true happiness.
Of course she does.
It doesn't matter how much money you've got. Yes, it helps. Of course, it helps. Having money.
Of course, Kay's gonna say that though. Of course, Kay's gonna say that though. Of course, Kay's gonna say that. Alright, 70. 7 whole centimeters, man. And all I ever need, only you do. Okay. If I ever need into the world that I say you're moving farther away. Alright, dude. Never ever. Okay, got him.
Mental health services that most people don't get, and of course it does help, but it does not cure you of your mental issues within. It just doesn't. People will try and tell you that if you have that opinion, no, you're just really privileged and out of touch. It's like, no, obviously you look mentally ill and poor, or mentally ill with money. Mentally ill with money, of course, but money doesn't actually cure you of your issues, especially if you're a really tough individual, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think the problem here is her advice is just cringe, but I think you have to be a little bit careful when it comes to telling people they've never been through stuff, because I guess you don't know. I mean, sometimes you do, because I can't lie, I probably said that actually. I know people where it's like, God, the worst that you've been through is that, like, you've probably shat yourself when you've trusted a fart. You know, that's probably the most you've ever gone through.
It's just gross. Like, I don't want to hear women say stuff like that. It's not hot. Even her like sim boyfriend, she probably like. He says that he doesn't find that like a turn off, but it is. Well, I dated a woman who like farts and stuff. It's fucking gross. It does turn me off. I want women to be like nice and feminine, dainty, and not like fat and masculine. I don't want a fucking man. I don't want to fucking date some man. I don't want that. Why is it so taboo? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, fine. All I ever need, only you, but I need it. Oh yeah, la 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 la. Okay.
So I can't even pretend, I can't sit here on the moral, on the moral like high horse and say that I've probably never said this because I have. So actually, I label you not the arsehole. Moving on, am I the bumhole for telling my sister that her lack of personal hygiene is the real reason no job will hire her and not sexism? Okay, so it seems that people have labelled this not the a-hole, but I'll be the judge of that. Don't know why I'm the judge. This concerns my sister Lily, who is graduating soon. That's not a good sign. If you're graduating from university and you've got bad hygiene, I don't want to hear, what about mental health? I don't care. Before we get started, all right, I'm sorry. Right, as someone who has had depression, I've been depressed, all right? I'm no strange to the dark cloud, should we say. But I do think that, depression and mental health reasons it's like a reason, right? For bad hygiene, it can be a reason, but it's not an excuse. And it's no one, as long as your breath, right, isn't infringing on my, personal being and you're not offending me with your smell, I don't really care what your hygiene's like. If you're stinking down there, not my problem. As long as I can't smell it, I don't really care. It's your own issue, right? But obviously, if you're, purposefully offending me, then I'm going to have an issue. But, continue. I guess Lily fell off the wagon while dorming in college because it feels like she dropped everything to do with personal hygiene since moving back home. It's easier to explain with us the things she isn't taking care of. Hair, very greasy and oily, always tangled from lack of washing and brushing. I'm not going to talk on the greasy hair right now because if you take a peek, you can probably see the grease peeking through in my hair. So, very oily, greasy skin from no washing. That's kind of grim. Nails never trimmed, so they're long and yellow from grime. Grime's a horrible word, isn't it? It's really effective, and yeah, that is disgusting.
Is it?
I don't want to see that. Ugh. Imagine being finger blasted by someone with dirty nails. I don't know why I said that. Clothes are nice, but she leaves them sloppy and wrinkled. That's my biggest pet peeve. I always say to my partner, my boyfriend, he never irons his clothes, and it really irritates me. Then he'll just
I love he's a slob.
Shirt, and I'm like, get that off right now. He doesn't.
He probably just play for a mood.
No, I'm joking, but it does annoy me, and it's not a hygiene thing for me. His clothes are clean, he's a clean guy, but it's just, how can you go out like that, knowing that they're creased? Not even from a perspective of, people seeing you, but a perspective of, does it not annoy you? When my clothes have, a slight crease in it, just really drives me insane. Showers once a week, that's the
Wait, what?
I'm not sensitive to smell, but my sister reeks, and it makes me gag. Lily is upset because she says she can't get an in-person job in her field and wants to give up. Our parents have tried telling her that presentability and hygiene is important is as important as credentials. Credit when getting jobs, but my sister won't listen. Lily has a rocky relationship with our family, so she takes it as a personal attack rather than them trying to help. Lily is now blaming sexism and saying men are intimidated by a competent woman.
Where
and
is
that's the
that?
sole reason why she has a job.
Okay.
If she wants to lie to herself, it's her life, whatever. What I can't stand is her trying to make it my problem and expect validation. Lily did a bunch of interviews, went all cold after and none panned out into jobs. She was venting to me last night about how companies in this field are all boys clubs and quick to shoot down a woman they know is intellectually above them. I was basically just like, good for you, can I please finish my session in peace now? Lily got defensive and said she's warning me, then doubled down saying most men are selfish and I should save myself the headache now. She was saying this with my male friends on the voice call. I had enough and told Lily that a lack of personal hygiene is the reason no job will hire her, so stop blaming others and think for 2 seconds. If you were a company owner who needs to impress investors to keep your own family afloat, would you want to be represented by someone who looks and smells like a homeless person? Why would a homeless person catch straight hair? Or someone who is presentable and takes care of themselves?
Why would they do that there?
Lily is now either giving me one-word answers or not saying anything to me. I'll be honest, we argue a lot.
Alright, dude.
but Lily normally would have gotten over it by now. Did I do the right thing giving her a dose of reality, or did I fuck up? Okay, well...
We are moving.
Don't time. Not that anyone cares. But in my old house, I lived with this one guy who was like mine and my partner's friend at the time. Well, he'd been friends with my boyfriend for a really long time. It's a long story. He's a cunt.
Oh, is he?
Really bad personal hygiene. And I'm not actually. Look, I don't care.
He's a covert narcissist.
He's going through a lot. I literally don't.
Wait, so where does this bit come
To
from?
the point where, like, I said to my boyfriend, someone needs to tell him. We didn't, because we're pussies, alright? But, God, it was... Like, he would come home from work sometimes. He worked in, like, a factory. Stunk of BO. And I'm not talking, like, a little bit... Look, I get sweaty, alright? I'm not immune to sweat. But it would be so bad that I'd smell him, like, before I can even hear him through the door, right? So he'd sometimes come and say hello, and he'd be, like, standing there, and I'd be like, oh! I actually almost just gagged thinking about it. It was not good. But then instead of being like, oh, I stink, I'm going to go for a shower, he just wouldn't go for a shower. So then our whole house just stunk of sweat and dirt, and his room was so look, what am I doing? My point is...
Probably black.
It's really unpleasant to be around people that don't know how to take care of themselves. Look, and I'm not saying that you need to get a pedicure and a manicure and do everything, right, to keep yourself, you know, in tip-top condition. But just wear deodorant, guys, okay? I know depression's hard. I've been there. I've been raw in the ass multiple times by mental health issues, yeah? But just put some deodorant on and brush your teeth. Not only because it helps everyone around you, but also because it means that you're not going to rot away. Like, your teeth, guys, it's important. Your teeth are important. Mental health issues might seem like they're forever, but at one point you might get better and then you're going to have rotten teeth, okay? It's honestly just better to try and look after yourself if that's the only thing you do. Plus, this girl apparently, she seems fine. She's not, like, mentally ill or anything. She's just vile. You know, some people are. Sometimes that's the way of the world. I know, it just made me cringe a little bit. You know, I'm the first to say that I do think there are companies that probably don't hire women for whatever reasons. But in this scenario, the chances are they're not hiring you because you smell like a badger's arse, you know? And sometimes that is the problem. So I would say not the arsehole. Plus, that's what your siblings are for. Your breath stinks, your sister's going to tell you. You smell like... Your sister's going to tell you. That's the whole point of a sibling, right? That's what they're there for. That's why your parents have a second child. It's like, we need to have a second child in case the first child smells like... That's what it's for. Sorry, Sophie, if you're watching this, my sister. I don't really think that that's all you're here for. You're here for me to annoy you as well. Okay, this one's actually been posted pretty recently, so let's have a look. Am I the a-hole for judging my boyfriend's friends without knowing them? I, 20 female, have been with my boyfriend, 23 male, for a little over a year and a half. A month or so into dating, I introduced him to some of my close friends to see if he would get along with them. They did. A month later, I asked him about his friends, and if I could meet them, he told me he was one friend group that consists of guys in their late 30s to early 40s. They're both gamers, so I told him I would love to play something with them sometime and get to know them, considering they're all online friends. He told me they rarely play any games we have in common, but if they ever got on, he would let me know. I said I would play whatever they wanted, and he brushed it off saying we'll see, so I didn't push it. About 6 months later, he tells me his friends are on the same game we have and wanted to meet me, but it was a mode I didn't like, so I probably shouldn't join. I told him I didn't mind joining anyway. He invited me to a Discord server they all shared, and we played a few games. They acted pretty strange when I joined, not really acknowledging me when I said hello, as well as mocking any in-game comms I gave, not ever making conversation. I brushed it off as banter, but it does sting a bit. After the call, I decided to look through the server. I saw a channel called NSFW. As expected, it was full of them sharing with each other. However, when I scrolled up a bit, I saw photos his friend sent of normal women wearing hoodies and sweatpants. Some sand selfie with captions like, I want to see her tits, or I wish I had x-ray vision. The comments weirded me out as they were pictures of women just existing, nothing provocative at all. I looked at the main chat where I saw his friends joking about their wives and how they'll tend to yell at them because they have bothered them while playing games, saying they should have known better. This was also when I learned they all have children. Oh, Christ. I already know the answer that I'm going to give. As I saw some messages about how they hadn't seen their kids in ages since their daily schedule is work, go home, get on PC, sleep. They prefer it that way. I left the server and confronted my boyfriend about it, saying I thought his friends were immature and kind of concerning. This jump-started a fight where he told me I was being extremely judgmental. They've done so many things for him, and I was speaking about people I know nothing about. I responded and told him the things I saw were enough, and I didn't care to know them anymore, especially since they made no effort to get to know me when he played, and he blew up at me and said, drop it. We agreed to disagree, but the issue still comes up every couple of months, and I find it hard to let go of, knowing that his friends say and do those things. But at the end of the day, I don't know any of the other qualities, so am I the butthole for judging them? Okay, so...
Why is this so taboo, to be honest?
Scientifically, they probably don't. But But anyway, there was a thing that said that you are like a concoction of the 5 closest people around you. So, no, I don't.
Why doing this wrong?
I know you're not. I don't even have to. Like, I could just leave it there, right, and say, no, you're not the bumhole, but I do want to explain more. When you're surrounded by people like that, there's a reason, right? It's because you are somewhat similar in thought patterns. When I have people around me, right, that say things that really take me aback, like the flatmate, for example, that I said I lived with that stunk, he would just say things, and I quickly realised, I was like, yeah,
This is fucking ridiculous. Why is this so hard to go?
We're not friends anymore. And I'm not talking about like having disagreements on like preferences of like what's your favorite cake, what's your favorite drink. I'm talking about like things that matter, you know, like what these guys are saying. First of all, I've had a boyfriend before who was in a Discord server where they had an NSFW channel, and it's weird and disgusting and noncy, and it's not noncy, but it's, you know, it's predatory and weird. Sending right to each other, first of all, is gay. It's just gay. Like, why are you all jacking off at the same time? Weird.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is like the big thing. It's like women always want to like try and join like the male group. They always like want to go and always like, oh, we want to be part of the male group. And you let them in, and then they basically just get really offended by it. And that's what I mean, is that they can't handle it. They just get traumatized by it. Oh, look at this. Why is this like not staying in? It's like the super glue just isn't actually that good. Open your eyes on Savior's Day. I think there's. Oh, okay, there's a third part. I'll have to put that on afterwards. I'll just go remember that. How long have we been going? Almost 4 hours. Well, it's been a pleasure, dude.